presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. We are back. High school football is live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's a key 5A1 battle tonight at Toasty Jim Darnell Stadium, Midwest City. It's the Newcastle Racers, the Midwest City Bombers. A couple of teams that got off to a good start in district play last week are off to 1-0 beginnings. And now meet up. Pivotal game in the standings. Both teams that anticipate being in the postseason at the end of the year. It's a huge game for playoff implications later in the season. Could be a fun one here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway on hand, alongside my partner in crime, Billy Collier. Carson Wade on the production. Uriah Martinez is going to be working the camera for us. Billy, first off, I missed you last week.
Glad you're back.
You and Gene did a great job. Gene Reed, of course, stepped in. You guys did a great job. Big bounce-back game for Newcastle.
Huge.
Blowout win at home over Duncan. That's what we talked about it after the Elgin game, which obviously didn't go as planned. 1-3 ended to the non-district play, but they played that really tough non-district schedule, the gauntlet, as we called it, to prepare you for district play. So far, so good. I mean, one game, a big blowout win, and now you try to take that momentum back out on the road here for what's going to be a huge game in the standings later on. This is going to be a fun one here.
A real fun one, and I think last week did them some good. You know, they were kind of discouraged going 1-3.
Yeah.
You know that. Of course, it was a tough competition. Duncan was a team they said that were going to be a lot like, match up real well, and then you come out and beat them, 60-7.
Yeah.
And so that really felt good that a team that people were picking to beat either one above us or one behind us, we were able to dominate them in every facet of the game. And so tonight, same thing. You're looking at Midwest City that looks a whole lot like Newcastle in their out-of-district games, in their losses. And so, yes, this is going to be a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, we talk about it, each and every season that, it's one thing to make the playoffs. Obviously, that's the goal for Newcastle every year, and they've largely done that since we've been doing them. They've made the playoffs every season that you and I have been doing their games on OSN. But you want to position yourself properly when you get there, and that's where these games come in handy in a major way. Newcastle and Midwest City are both going to almost certainly be in the postseason when it's said and done. But this game is going to be huge for seeding when you get there, especially in this district with what you're paired up across the way, because whoever gets fourth in this district is almost certainly going to be dealing with Carl Albert in the first round when the postseason arrives. You don't want that, right?
No.
So this is a huge game for that down the road to kind of try to position yourself, get yourself up into that top part of the district, and maybe get yourself a home playoff game if you can get in the top two. So that's where this game comes in handy. This is a huge seeding game. Midwest City, they already saw Carl Albert once. They don't want to see him again.
Right.
So this is an important game when it comes to kind of just the positioning, down the road.
And I think you said it good. You don't want to start off the playoffs against Carl Albert. I think the winner of this game will do, unless something horrible happens.
You're in good shape to avoid that.
They're going to be at least third. So the winner of this game looks like you will at least initially avoid Carl Albert, the way it looks in the district. So that's why this is so important. You're already going to have Bishop McGinnis and Lawton MacArthur that you're going to play, two really tough teams. This is Midwest City is considered the third toughest team in this district. So if we can come out and beat them and handle them, then we know that we're at least in third place. Of course, that means what, Del City? No.
Probably Guthrie. Well,
Guthrie?
It would depend. But, yeah, likely Guthrie. Yeah.
I think so. I think Del City moved to the east side of the state.
Yeah, they're not. We got to get with all the realignment.
Right.
Yeah, Guthrie is the expected number 2 over there in 5A2.
So, to decide, would you want to go up to Carl Albert or do you want to take on Guthrie? Even though both teams have a lot of respect, a lot of talent, I think I would rather go to Guthrie.
Sure. I mean, Carl Albert is the favorite in
Yes.
5A, so yeah.
They're a machine.
They are.
So.
They're a buzzsaw, to say the least. So an important game here tonight, and it should be a fun one. A couple of matchups, obviously Midwest City, also an OSN school, so that's always kind of fun. You get these OSN matchups together. We've never been out here, so we've been doing this. Obviously, realignment, Newcastle moving up to 5A this year, so a new venue. It's a great scene here at Jim Darnell Stadium, really beautiful field. We're battling some wasps, but Billy has been our go-to wasp protector so far, and we need you again.
I'm not sure, but I am trying to be the wasp whisperer. Try and get them out the window. If they refuse, I put them under the hat.
Between wasps and the temp, it does not feel like October. It's the first Friday of October, and I'm sweating.
Yes.
It's hot out here. It's a hot Friday night in Midwest City, but we're excited and ready for football. This is going to be a really fun game tonight, and we're glad you're with us here on OSN. This is the countdown to kickoff presented by Oklahoma Abstract and Title. Great real estate services from ownership lists, title reports, abstracting, construction binders, owner and mortgagee title insurance, closing coordination, closings, and monitoring delivery dates. Regardless of how complicated or simple your title problem is, they can help. Give them a call, 405-348-8605. We're going to step aside. We come back. Bill and I will give you the starting lineups for the Racers tonight. We'll hit some of the impact players we're looking for to watch. Continue to set the scene for this one, Newcastle and Midwest City. This is the Newcastle Racers pregame show on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
There was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
Back here at wonderful Jim Darnell Stadium in Midwest City, Oklahoma. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, setting the scene for this one. The Newcastle Racers, the Midwest City Bombers on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Let's look at the schedule ahead. We officially start the second half tonight, Billy, if you can believe that. It always moves so quick. We're into game number 6 after that blowout win over Duncan last week. The Racers are 2-3 on the season. We finally get our bye week next week. Latest bye we've ever had. That'll be next Friday, so everyone can take a week off. We get a little bit of a breather, and then we'll be back for the stretch run 2 weeks from tonight. We're going over to Classen SAS. The Comets, we've been there before a couple years ago. We'll get back out there on the 18th. Then going way out to Lawton MacArthur. That should be a big one on the 25th before wrapping up the season with a couple of home games. A big one against Bishop McGuinness, and then Southeast, the final home game of the regular season. Maybe not the final home game of the year, depending on obviously playoff standings, things like that, but that's what we got left. So we got 5 games left right at the midway point. Good start to district play last week, the big blowout over Duncan, and we'll navigate the rest of this thing. But looking forward to I'll miss you guys with the bye. I mean, if the Racers can rest up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Usually the bye is so much earlier. You got to play 8-9 in a row. This year, play 6 and then have the bye in 4. Kind of not bad.
Not bad at all. And knowing your other job, it really helps out as well.
Oh, for sure. Texas week. I mean, everyone
getting ready for Texas
Carson's
week.
In that boat, and everyone, you kind of get a little bit of a jump on getting down to Dallas.
Yeah, and by the way, I have already asked for media passes from Josh. He said no.
If I had the power, I would hook you up. If I had the power. Let's look at the district standings coming into play tonight as well. So we get to start doing this, doing the scoreboard watching as we get into district play. This is what we're working with right now. So far, playing out just like you thought. This district, like we said at the beginning of the year, 4 pretty clear playoff teams, and then a gap. The only question was maybe Duncan. Newcastle answered that last week. So this is how things kind of look right now. Bishop McGuinness, Lawton MacArthur, Midwest City, Newcastle. They're put 1-4, but they're really tied right now. Everyone's 1-0. Everyone won their game by at least 15 points, so you get that point differential plus 15. Southeast Duncan right now are 5-6, and then Classen is in last. If you're wondering why Classen played 2 district games, they played last night. Lawton MacArthur going out there and winning on our network, of course. So the Highlanders took care of business to get their first district win. The Comets are off to an 0-2 start. So that's where things kind of shape up right now, and you kind of see why this 1-4 is going to get sorted out over the course of these games. That's how, we're all tied right now. That's going to change as you start to play each other and beat up on each other. That starts tonight with Newcastle, Midwest City right here.
Now, I think you're seeing right there why this is such an important game. I mean, you see the 3 that are down at the bottom, no disrespect to them. However, the challenge to the 4 and up, we need to move up. If it ended tonight, we'd be paying Carl Albert.
Right.
Because of out of district. Well, I guess it'd be a tie. So,
everyone's tied. It's really, I think it might just be, this is from what OSA had, I think it might just be literally ABC order, alphabetical order as of right now, because everyone's tied. Everyone's 1-0. Everyone's got a plus 15 in the point differential. But that's another key aspect when you do play those games. Duncan, obviously a great start, but Classen and Southeast, it's going to be important not just to win them, but to try and make sure you win them by at least 15 points so you can max out your point differential, because that could come back to bite you later if you let a game be closer than it needed to be. So.
Yeah, especially at the top 4, if we're going to, take turns beating each other.
Yeah.
And all of them end up with 1, they're going to look to that point differential.
Yep, that's the tiebreaker. So important, and a good start for Newcastle there with obviously the blowout win over Duncan last week. All right, let's go ahead and get to the starting lineups presented by Sooner State Bank. You have many options when it comes to financial institutions. At Sooner State Bank, they pride ourselves on providing the level of service that will exceed your family or business expectations. Stop by one of our branch locations today to talk to our dedicated staff. Sooner State Bank, member FDIC, 212 Wright Street in Newcastle. Let's look at the offense first for the Rangers tonight. Of course, Jackson Shaniel, your starting quarterback. TJ Bradford back in there running back. Was great to see him last week and had a big game. So cool to see him healthy. Hopefully he can stay that way the rest of the season. Wide receivers, Caden Longman, Ian Barker, Alex Schumard, Aiden Elcision, the tight end. And then along the offensive line, Taj Smith, Garrett Pratt, Jace Ledoux, the center, Cody Nix at right guard, Blake Allen at right tackle. Billy, offensively, maybe some guys you're looking for tonight?
Well, their line is big. In fact, their team, if you look at it from top to bottom, is very big. So the line is going to have a job to do tonight. But I think you ought to keep an eye on those tight ends. I think they're going to have a little bit more success because of the size and speed of their defense to go to Elcision or perhaps maybe to Antonio Brown and some of those. So I keep an eye on them. And just personally speaking, it was really good to see number 5 just come out and break out last week. I've been waiting for that all year, and it was good to just watch him kind of look like he's in his niche.
Right. No, that's the biggest thing. Whenever, we were talking during the week and you said, TJ played and he looked good. He had a big night, obviously. That was just music to the ears, I think, of me and obviously every Racer fan that got to see him play last week. Because that was, a big question mark, last couple of weeks, and you kind of wondered, hopefully he can work his way back. So that's huge. I'm very excited to see him, for me, in person for the first time in several weeks tonight. Defensively for the Racers, this is how they're going to line it up to start. Aiden Elcision, of course, on the defensive end. Thomas Barbie will be the other edge on the other side. Taj Smith, Blake Allen on the interior of the defensive line. Linebackers, Jackson Shaniel, Tucker Brown, Ian Barker, strong safety, Zach Craig, free safety, Trey Burchett back in there. He'll be roaming the secondary as well. And then Caden Longman and Alex Schumard, the 2 cornerbacks. This Racer defense has been really good, Billy, all season long. And it's crazy, even with a couple of key injuries, it's kind of just been the next guy steps up and fills the void. It really hasn't, they haven't missed a beat.
Well, one thing I saw last week is they've started trusting each other a little bit more. I hadn't seen a whole lot of that in out of district. Of course, when you're facing some of those teams, that's really easy to get out of whack, if you don't mind me saying it that way. I know that's not professional. But to kind of get disjointed because you're focusing on so much other stuff. But last week, you could see them staying in their lanes, staying in their spaces, relying on each other, team tackles. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing Caden Longman as he comes in there. And last week, he caused a fumble running a guy down going east and west and reached around him and punched the ball out. And that was pretty impressive. And so he said he's ready to keep doing that.
100%. So that's your starting lineups for the Racers tonight, presented by Sooner State Bank. We'll go ahead and take another break here. When we come back, we'll dive into Midwest City, talk about some of the players to watch for the Bombers, catch up on what they've done to this season to this point. They continue to set the scene for this one. Going to be a fun one. Newcastle and Midwest City. Racer pregame show rolls on after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it. We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
All right, back here at Jim Darnell Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, the Newcastle Racers pregame show. Getting you ready for this one, Newcastle and Midwest City, a key matchup in 5A1. Starting the second half of the season officially tonight, Game 6 for both of these teams. Let's look at Midwest City a little bit, Billy. They're coached by Darryl Hall. The Bombers, similarly to Newcastle, you made the point, before we came on the air, the 2-3 record can be a little deceiving because they played a really tough schedule, frankly, at this point. They opened the year with Piedmont, lost that game 13-0 here, then got blown out by Carl Albert, which, that's everyone does that pretty much. And then they knocked off PC West here at home, got blown out by Del City, same kind of thing. That's something that Del City does to a lot of people. And then they took care of Southeast in a blowout win last week. So Midwest City, kind of similarly to Newcastle, 2-3, but they played some really good teams, so it's a little misleading in just how good they are. The Bombers are going to be a playoff team at the end of the year, barring something unforeseen. How high that is, that remains to be seen, and we play it out on the field. But for you, Billy, what are some things, I guess, with the Bombers and maybe a player or two that, in particular, that you're going to keep an eye on tonight for Midwest City?
Well, what I'm going to find really interesting is, Coach Brickman purposely took those hard teams at the first of the year so that would be the hardest teams they play all year. Well, now you're facing a team that did the same thing. And so they face some hard things, so they're not going to be deer in the headlights tonight either. It's going to be a good match. One of the things I looked at is Midwest City is 10th in 5A, where Newcastle is 8th, so that's pretty close. They're 65th in state, where Newcastle's 45th in state. But when you look at them on paper, they're just not a whole lot different. Total rushing per game, 169 for Midwest City, 161. They do not do much passing, and that's something that I saw also. Their quarterback, number 7, Roman Manella, I did not see any film of him running out of the pocket. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm saying I haven't seen anything up to this point to show that he's a scramble or a running quarterback. One of the things you're gonna keep an eye on is Jaheim Mahmoud. That is number 34, the running back, 6 foot 195. And watching him in film, if he had a hole, he could start getting his momentum and get through it. He is fast.
Right.
It's hard to stop him. But you also saw in other plays where if he's not able to get that first hard step, he kind of gets knocked around a little bit in the meanwhile. So it's going to be big for them at the defensive end and tackles to not let him get that momentum running. And then I was incredibly impressed by the size of their top 3 receivers. Number 1, Josiah Johnson, 2, Lincoln King, and 5, Chance Davis. Johnson, 5'11", 178 as a receiver.
Yeah.
You know, that's something you see at the next level, not at this level. King is 5'9", 165, and Davis is 6'3", 180. And so you're going to
6'3", yeah.
You're
going to
put
jumps out to me there, yeah.
Yes, you're going to see some people really trying to get in on that, and they're going to have to do some team tackling once those guys get behind the line or in front of the line.
100%. You know, this Bombers team, they got athletes. You know, it's a good program that, you know, is a little bit of kind of, I don't know the right way to term it, not a rebuild, but kind of a little bit of a transition period, trying to get back to the promise that they've had in the past. And obviously it makes it a little tougher right here when you have 2 programs just a stone's throw away from you that are the level of Carl Albert and Del City. I'm sure that, you know, Newcastle kind of can empathize a little bit with Tuttle and Blanchard, certainly. So, but it's a good team, good Bombers team. They got they got players, like I said. They certainly expect to be a playoff team, and you know, this is going to be a big game toward determining kind of the pecking order when we get there. But this is a couple of teams that envision playing football in mid to late November.
Yes, and they both know that they think they can win. So they're not coming into this game a little sketchy or anything. They're ready to play. One other thing I'd say, watch on defense, Aiden Elcision, I'm looking at those defensive ends, him and Barbie, to really hold that in. I was surprised over this. I saw this in stats on Max Preps. Aiden Elcision has 27 tackles on the season at defensive end, and that's pretty incredible because most of the time he's stuffing it up for somebody else to come in and lay the wood. And now here he is with 27 tackles. Pretty impressive.
Absolutely. So excited to see him. Excited to see all these racers out here tonight in this fun matchup on a great Friday night, first Friday of October, as we kind of move throughout this season and get under the home stretch, start really scoreboard watching, getting ready for the playoffs here over the next several weeks. It's a loaded Friday night on OSN, by the way, which you'd expect, first Friday of October. Some of the other games we got on OSN this evening. Lawton Eisenhower is dealing with Southmore tonight. Elgin and Elk City are playing. That's a fun one. Obviously, a couple teams that we're familiar with. Cash has got Woodward, Walters, and Hobart. Altus is playing Western Heights. You can also watch Carl Albert and El Reno, which is going to be a fun one. Del City, Tulsa Memorial, Jones and Millwood, one of the big games of the night. And then also want to make sure we got it in. Welcome to the network, Bethany. The Bethany Broncos are at OSN School officially. Kind of a mid-season edition. But what a way to start, too. They got Blanchard tonight, Bethany and Blanchard. So a big game to start the year for Bethany. So cool that we got to add them mid-year. You know, I was talking to the great Eric Sharam, the head of OSN, earlier this week, and he kind of admitted, like, adding a team mid-season, not something that he's ever done before, something he certainly looks to do, but it kind of came together. He loved the idea of adding Bethany. Obviously, a good program, and they got a big game this week with Blanchard, and so what a first game to kick off. So they're on OSN now as well. So we added another member to OSN tonight with Bethany. So a great slate tonight.
Yes, and their fans are great. They're great travel team. We've played them the last 5 years.
Yeah, I love going there. I kind of miss that's one of the road trips we're missing out on now after moving up. But
so they're good. Yeah. They're a good team, good fans, good following, and I think they'll be a lot of fun to watch on OSN.
Absolutely. Going to be a fun one there tonight. So Bethany will have Blanchard on OSN as well. Well, we are just moments away from getting this thing started. The teams are getting ready to head out there for coin toss and things like that. We'll go ahead and step aside one more time. We'll come back. We'll have the coin flip, and we'll have the kickoff of this one as Newcastle and Midwest City get ready to mix it up here. This is Newcastle Racers pregame show on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma, because we wouldn't be a community without you.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
All right, back here at Jim Darnell Stadium. We're just minutes away from getting this started. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Newcastle and Midwest City. Captains are out there for the coin flip. The coin toss sponsor is Elcision Realty. Boomer and Tiffany Elcision of the Tiffany team are your local realtors with Prime Realty. Go Racers. Newcastle and the Road Whites with black helmets, black pants tonight. Midwest City in their black and gold. Black jersey, gold pants, black helmet. Coin toss won by the Racers, and they're going to take the football to start the game tonight.
Interesting.
I feel like it's been a little more kind of hit or miss this year on the, taking the ball or deferring. I feel like in the past you kind of could settle into a rhythm of kind of what Coach Jeff Brickman liked to do over the course of the season. This year it's kind of been a feeling it out week to week.
Right. I have found anytime I assume Coach Brickman's going to do one thing, he comes back with the other. And that is, I don't know if that's me or that's him, but this year especially. So
the Racers are going to start this football game with the ball, and we're very excited to get this one going here in just a couple of moments. The Racers are getting ready to run out of the big inflatable race car. The sun has set. The steamy night is turning into just a pretty hot. It's gone from very hot to pretty hot, and we're ready to get this game started here in just a couple of moments. So we'll go ahead and step aside one more time, and we come back, we'll have it for you. Newcastle and Midwest City opening kickoff and the football after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, back in Midwest City, Oklahoma, Jim Darnell Stadium. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Carson Wade on the production. Uriah Martinez out working camera for us. We're just about ready to get this one started. As we do, make sure we thank our first quarter sponsor, which is Chris Dumm, All-State agent. Chris knows what life is like here in Newcastle, that you choose your car and your home to fit your lifestyle and your budget. He also knows how important it is to do the same when it comes to insurance. He looks forward to getting to know you and helping you find solutions that meet your needs. Call him today at 405-392-2390. As we get ready to kick this off, make sure we thank our kickoff sponsor, which is First United Bank. First United Bank, with over 80 locations across Oklahoma and Texas, is a family bank in every sense of the word. Family owned and operated, built on family values, treating you like family. Spend life wisely. Member FDIC. So we can see this Racers offense first tonight. Back to do the honors on the return. Looks like that's Alex Schumard. And is that Trey Burchett, number 16? Looks like the other one. It's been a bit of a moving target. We've seen Caden Longman back there, and he is back there, not all the way back, though.
Yeah, he's on the 20
We've
there.
seen T.J. Bradford return kicks, so it's been kind of bouncing around a little bit.
Yeah, Ian Barker over on the other side up there on the 20.
Opening kickoff for the Bombers going to be handled by Ruben Trejo, senior kicker. He gives it a short kick, and we're underway. It bounces down and fielded by Ian Barker, the 25, splits the middle. He's got some room. Ian Barker, and a big return to start it. Racers will set up on about their own 45, so a good start for Newcastle.
Well, that was a good bounce. Came right up into his hands. He's able to get it and go fast. Just came a shoelace away from running it back.
So they give him the 45-yard line, so a great start for this one for Jackson Shaniel, senior quarterback, and the Newcastle offense, which early in the year obviously had their bumps, but a nice performance last week, putting 60 on the board against Duncan. Hope to build on that here tonight against the Bombers. And obviously great to see again T.J. Bradford in the backfield. Burchett, Schumard, and Barker, the three wideouts for this first play of the night. Handoff is faked and kept by Shaniel. He's running through some arm tackles, and big Jackson Shaniel forward for about 9 yards on first down.
Yeah, that was a good run. Excellent fake. You know, you're geared up for the first play, ready to go and run, and he let them just catch him in over-eagerness and run it around.
We talk about it all the time, but if Shaniel can get through the line of scrimmage and get a head of steam going, he's going to get at least a few yards. He's just a load to deal with when he gets some momentum. 2nd and 1. Running with Bradford, who cuts back, and now Bradford's got room. T.J. Bradford, T.J. T.D., 46 yards. What a start for the Racers.
Wow, great run, great cut. That is something I've noticed about him in the last few games, is he's gotten to where he can just make that cut on a dime, and it just catches everybody really off guard. They're having to catch their balance and come back. But what a statement as well. You know, Brigman wanted to get the ball first, and it looks like this is why. Making a statement that we're here to play, and y'all are going to have to get ready to play.
Boy, it's great having T.J. Bradford back, isn't it? 46 yards on his first carry, a two-play, 55-yard drive, and the Racers are on the board first. The extra point here from Pfeiffer is punched through, and in just 46 seconds, the Newcastle Racers lead at 7-0. What a start for Newcastle. See if the defense can keep it up after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back at Jim Darnell Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Can't get it off to a much better start than that for Newcastle. Off the short kickoff, they set up shop on their own 45, 9-yard run by Shaniel, and then T.J. Bradford did the rest. 46 yards to the house, and the Racers have an early 7-0 lead here on the road.
Looks like you got Jaheim Mahmoud back there to catch the kick. So get a look at him if it gets to him.
Yeah, a name to know for this Bombers team. Kick is sent here, and we'll get into the end zone and be down for a touchback. Nice job there by Brian Madrano, who's been handling kickoffs pretty much the entire season for Newcastle and has done a lot of that, touchbacks.
Yeah, and that's what they needed. Boy, you don't want to get introduced to Mahmoud in the kickoff.
Right.
Because when he gets that momentum going, you'll see it later tonight. I mean, it's going to happen. But when he gets that momentum going, he's just streaks down the field.
So here's our first look at this Midwest City offense. Handoff here will be bottled up. That was Mahmoud, who you talked about, the senior running back. Bombers are quarterbacked by a youngster, Roman Manella, who you talked about in pregame. Just a sophomore engineering this offense for the Bombers.
Well, and I'm hoping they do with him like they did the quarterback at Blanchard, who was also a sophomore, just kind of rattle him a little bit.
First down run went for maybe a yard. A little give here on the jet sweep. And blowing that play up was Longman.
Yeah, just came in, got the feet just by a couple of laces there. Dropped him. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and 8.
Devin Walker, the wideout for the Bombers there, who took that end around. Just not a whole lot there. They went to the shallow side of the field and not a whole lot of room to work with. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8. Racers trying to force a quick 3 and out after their offense got them a quick lead. 3rd and 8. Snaps a little wide. Manel's got nowhere to go, and he's buried in the backfield. Blowing that one up in there for the sack. That was Thomas Barbie.
Excellent play. Excellent way to come out, shut them down, and just get them going behind the sticks. They got 2 yards, but they lost 8. So that was a good job on the defense.
Barbie with that starting defensive end, the other side, filling in, for Hunter Berry. We've seen him. We've seen Jaden Fletcher to kind of go with Elcision. Those guys have been great and stepping up to fill that void. Blew that play up, and it's a 3 and out for the Bombers on offense. Punt here away. Shanuel is the one back to return it, believe it or not, and he's going to let this thing bounce and roll down, and it'll be down at the Bomber 44. So great field position again for the Racers here to set up.
That was good position. A little conflicted. I would love for Shanuel to have caught it and tried to run, but then at the same time, I'm glad he didn't and just kind of save him for the next play.
So you can't ask for a much better start than this for Newcastle. They go 2 plays, touchdown, and now force a 3 and out on defense. Now you're set up in good shape offensively back the other way. 9:26 to go here in this first quarter.
Yeah, out of those 2 plays, they've spent 1 play in their own side of the field.
Bradford will be sent off in motion. He'll split out wide here. Go all the way down to the bottom of your screen. Shanuel takes the shotgun snap, back to pass. Step up in the pocket. Goes to his right. He's going to fire deep, looking for Longman over the middle of the field. Incomplete. Broken up there. Nicely done by Chance Davis, senior defensive back for the Bombers. Got his hand up there and knocked that one away.
Well, and that's something that Shanuel's going to have to get used to. You had Caden Longman, who, let's see what his height is. Caden Longman, number 8. He is 5'11", and you had the defensive guy there, Chance Davis, at 6'3". And it looked like Longman had to play defense once the ball got there.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. A little misdirection to Bradford, who breaks some tackles. There goes Bradford again. Big run for TJ. Down just shy of the first down marker. They call this 3rd down and looks like less than 1.
With the speed of our offensive line and him being able to duck down and not be seen, he's going to be a major factor in tonight's game, I think.
Great start for him. First 2 carries have been highly productive, including the big 46-yard touchdown. 3rd down and short. Shane will check with his sideline. Feel like this is either just hand it off to TJ or just plow yourself forward for a yard. We'll see what they do. 3rd and 1. They're going to go with TJ. Not a lot of room there, but he does get enough, looks like, to pick this up by about a yard. Maybe 1st and 10.
Well, and I saw him in practice this summer. TJ's put on some muscle. He was out there warming up, practicing, showing the other guys what to do. He had some muscle put on from last year, and I think you saw it on display right there, pushing the guys a yard or a yard and a half.
So 1st and 10 at the 33. Newcastle on the move here, looking to add on to their early lead. Schumar, the man in motion. Shaniel takes the snap. He'll roll off to his left. He'll fire, takes a big hit, looking for a long one in the corner. He almost had it. That was a beautiful throw by Shaniel. Dropped it in a bucket. Lohman just couldn't quite hang on.
No, that was a great pass, and it looked like the defense was coming in on him, and he didn't pause a bit, just went for the throw.
Shaniel stood in there and took a shot on that as well. But delivered a great ball. Longman just couldn't quite corral it. So it'll be an incomplete pass. Sets up 2nd and 10. 8:16 to play here in the opening quarter. Elcision bounces across the line. We have whistles and a flag down. So they're going to flag Elcision for an illegal motion. So 5-yard penalty will back them up.
Well, and that's one of the dangers when you're doing that, pre-snap, your feet are moving.
Yeah.
Any kind of odd movement is going to signal that to the referees.
Not supposed to come forward. I'm not saying that's what he did necessarily there, but that's usually something that hurts you. You can go sideways. You can't go forward.
Well, that makes it a judgment play, judgment call, so you got to watch that.
2nd and 15 after the penalty. Barker, Burchett here at the bottom. I believe that's Schumar at the top. Now we have whistles, and Coach Brickman not happy with what he saw there, so he'll take an early timeout. We're going to take it with him. 8:13 to play here in the opening quarter. 7-0 lead early for Newcastle on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
Back to Midwest City. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Racers in a 2nd and 15 here after the incomplete pass, and then the offensive penalty has backed him up a little bit, but otherwise been a great start for Newcastle. Early touchdown lead, looking to add on more to it. 2nd and 15 here. Shaniel will fake the handoff and keep up the middle. He's got some room. Jackson Shaniel, cutback move. He's got the first down and plowing his way into the red zone. It'll be first down for Newcastle.
Great run. Great run. Power run. Coming through that line. He had several hands on him and just kind of popped him off of him and got down there all the way to, it looks like they're giving him to about the 17.5.
Gives us a chance to thank our red zone sponsor, Trinity Restoration. Trinity Restoration and Construction has been providing quality construction services for over 20 years. Give them a call at 45695-7040. 1st and 10. Back to Bradford to the left side. He's bottled up this time. Bombers were ready for that one. And he might have lost a yard or two. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, you had number 21 there, Felix Fuentes. He almost moved on that and could wiggle his way through all the blocking and got to him right at the line.
So a loss of a couple sets up 2nd down and 12 back at the 20. This Racer offense off to a great start, but a couple negative plays they like to avoid. Keeper again for Shaniel right up the gut, and he's able to be strung down, a little shoestring tackle, but not before he gets inside the 10. We'll see if they give him the first down. Going to be close. Looks like they're going to mark him just short. Maybe not.
The bottom one is saying bring it.
And, yeah, that's a first down. So 1st and goal at the 7. They go Bradford left side, and he's wrapped down inside the 5. If it wasn't first down before, it definitely was there. And it should be 2nd and goal now, I believe. The chains were slow getting set on that last one, but I think that was first down. Now we got 2nd down.
Yeah, we got 2nd and goal. And that was a great tackle in there by number 1.
Yeah, I thought he was going to score, to be honest.
I did too. And he just wrapped him up, spun him, and brought him down. A good run. I like what they're doing so far. They're doing a lot more, getting a lot more with the rush.
Boy, it's amazing what a difference, especially in the run game. You add Bradford into the mix. 2nd and goal. They'll go to him again. Cut back to the goal line. TJ TD. 2 scores for Bradford. Newcastle leads it 13-zip.
That was a good run right up the middle, and I really liked the play calling there. They had a couple of passes, but just to rush it, we have mentioned in the coaches' game there's been a lot more rushing than passing, and we came to the consensus, if the dog's going to run, feed him. let that dog go and just let him run, and that's what they're showing out here.
Extra point this time will be attempted by Gage Bell. We have whistles. It looked like he booted it through, but there was a flag before.
Encroachment.
And it's going to be on the Bombers. Coach Rickman, I was wondering the same thing. He's saying, can we decline that? That kick went through. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So the extra point is good. 6:29 to go in the first. A phenomenal start for Newcastle. Can't ask for any more. They lead it 14-0 here on the road. Bombers offense back on the field after this break on the Oklahoma. Hold on a sec. I about tossed a break. Look like they might be making him come back out here. A pump fake, Jabilly.
It looks like you're saying encroachment, but they're going to take it on the kickoff, so they still got to do the field goal.
Okay. So it's still 13-0 for now. The extra point will be coming here in a moment. So Bell will have to do it again. But a lot of faith in Bell here.
There is, yeah.
Take a point off the board. So we'll try it again. And he rewards that faith. He goes through. So now it's 14-0. With 6:29 to play until halftime. Newcastle in control here at Jim Darnell Stadium on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
Back at Jim Darnell Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Racers lead at 14-0, 6:29 to go here in the first. Well, Billy, you couldn't have dreamt a better start for Newcastle. 2 touchdown drives, a 3-and-out on defense. What a start. What a
great start. And I'm more impressed with their getting the run going down, getting a sequence where they don't just take all of that in 2 plays. They're actually able to do that and march their way down the field. I think that's something to take care of clock, as well as to continue showing their dominance.
Right.
Started last week.
Well, it's amazing, too. We talked, Racers has such a hard time running the football without T.J. Bradford. We know how good Bradford is. But whenever you have him in there, first off, you have to respect the QB run game. You're seeing that impact already with what Shaniel's done on the ground. As this kickoff is skipped in, and Mahmoud will be the one to return it. He is dynamic.
Wow.
He ran into a brick wall. A brick wall named Preston Scagnetti. Good to see him back out there.
Great to see him back.
And he shut that one down. But to finish that thought, you have to respect – they know how good T.J. Bradford is, and now that opens things up for Jackson Shaniel on the ground, which in turn opens up the pass game a little bit. It's one player, but, man, it makes a big difference when he's as good as T.J. is.
It really does. When you almost have to plan for a few things. You have to plan for Shaniel, plan for T.J., also plan for a pass out of the backfield.
Yeah. So second possession for the Bombers. They went 3-and-out the first time. Play action pass to the far side is caught. Out of bounds at the 30. That was Chance Davis. Saw him make a nice play on defense early in the game with a PBU. Makes a catch there.
And this is a smart move by Midwest City. They're doing those quick passes or quick plays, kind of back up Newcastle, because right now Newcastle is foaming at the mouth there on the line.
Well, that's, so we talked about it a little bit in pregame and, even off air. That seemed to be a matchup that favored Newcastle was up front. Here's Mahmoud, though. This guy can go. He cuts back, and he's got room to run. Mahmoud down the right side. A huge gain. Cut back inside the 20. Wrangled down. Finally tackled at the 17-yard line. A massive run by Jaheim Mahmoud, the senior running back. What a play.
Well, and that was an incredible run. That's what I expected to see. When he can get through that hole and get a head of steam going, he gets going, and is very fortunate that they were able to bring him down.
I think this might be coming back. There's a couple of flags.
Oh, I usually see those. I didn't see them.
There's one way down the field inside the 30, and there's another one right there, right, Billy, on about the 30-yard line back way on the other side. I thought I saw a flag, admittedly, but then a couple of linemen for Midwest City have got kind of yellowish shoes.
Oh.
So it kind of pump faked me.
Okay, you had a legal block on them. You had a face mask.
All right, so it's going to be offsetting penalty, so it is going to wipe out. So Newcastle obviously gets the far better of that exchange.
Oh, yes.
And wipes out what was a massive run for Jaheim Mahmoud.
Yeah, and you saw Mahmoud kind of tapping his helmet over to his line to say, hey, I need to come out. Be interesting to see what's going on with that.
Hopefully just a little winded.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't look like they're looking at his left hand here on the near sideline. So keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, that play's wiped out, so it'll be 2nd down and 5 still. The new running back in there looked like it was Christian Schutte. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Sophomore running back. And they'll fake it to him and fire to the far side pass caught by Davis. They do say he drags a foot, and it'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, again, we're seeing those just quick plays. You got to move fast. And it backs up the linebackers and the defensive backs. So you got to keep an eye on that. That's kind of that chess play that you're seeing by Midwest City.
So 3rd down and 2 that we're calling it. 3 receivers all bunched up at the bottom there. See if that's where they're headed. Only Barker's the one up on them. They are going to run the ball with Schutte, and it looked like that second effort's going to get him across the 1st down line. And the Bombers move the chains for the first time tonight.
That was a good play. Spread them out, had 4 receivers. Of course, you talked about the ones over here in the bunch. Just spreads them out, get some of those defenders out of the box.
So it's a 1st down to the 36. Roman Manella trying to get this Bombers offense on the move here. They'll do another quick pass out to Davis. He's got nowhere to go. Actually mishandled, incomplete. That was, I said Davis, and I was correct, but I wasn't correct in who I was thinking. I was thinking it was Chance Davis. Actually, that was Darwan Davis, who's a sophomore, number 15.
It's probably good he dropped that because Burchett was right on
there. Yeah,
he'd have had a loss of 2.
They were ready to blow that up. 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. A little check with his sideline.
Look like they have a jump play in their playbook, too.
Got the shotgun snap, back to throw, fire over the middle. It's picked off. Oh, I spoke too soon. Scagnetti was right there, and then he looked like his foot kind of slid out from under him when he tried to plant and go, and it forced him to kind of lose handle of the football.
Yep, turf monster.
Yep.
Took that one away from him.
So a bullet dodge there for Midwest City as, boy, if he could have come up with that cleanly, that might have been a house call the other way. There was a lot of room there.
I didn't know what receiver was in the area.
So 3rd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Manila will roll out to his right. Got some pressure coming in his face. He'll fire far side, incomplete. Looking for Darwan Davis and missed him. Also had Josiah Johnson there underneath. But it's an incomplete pass, and Midwest City, after 1 first down, stalls out.
Yeah, that's too bad. That one run by Mahmoud, excellent run, what you usually see him out of every game. To see it called back and him not back out there, that's kind of a tough blow.
So the Bombers are stopped, and we'll have to punt it away to Newcastle. And again, Jackson Shanwell back to return the punt. This guy, starting quarterback, starting middle linebacker, and also returning punts tonight. Not something you see all the time.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him kick a field goal.
Why not? Why not? Senior season, might as well go out on a high note here. Line drive punt. It was a little close for comfort to Schumart there, but it will roll down and be spotted at the 35. Amazingly, of the 3 drives, that's the worst field position they've had, which is the 35.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to look at the second play they've had on the other side of the 50.
Yes. So that's where Newcastle set up 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for them, and it's been all about the run game, Billy, so far. As obviously both Jackson Shanwell using his own legs and T.J. Bradford doing their thing so far.
Right. Well, like I said, if the dog's going to run, feed him. Let him go. And if they can't stop it, why change it?
So race their offense back out, leading by 2 scores here early. Shanwell, low snap. He'll hand it off to Bradford up the middle. Breaks through the line. He's got room. T.J. Bradford. He's gone. 65 yards. T.J. TD times 3. Have a night, T.J. Bradford. We're not even 8 minutes in, Billy. He's piling it up.
That was a great run. He hit that hole and hit it at full speed. And he was running away. You saw one of their fast runners start after him and just kind of stopped about the 30, 25-yard line because there was no way he was going to catch up with him. Just a fast runner, strong runner. I'd be interested to see how many yards he has already. I would say probably
he's over 100 on just two of his touchdown runs, 65 and 46.
Yeah, so he's probably pushing about 120, 130 in the first quarter.
What an unbelievable start for TJ Bradford. 3 touchdowns. Extra point from Pfeiffer is up and good. And with 4:23 to go in the first, how about this start for the Newcastle Racers? They lead at 21-0 over the Bombers here at Jim Darnell Stadium on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
Back to Jim Darnell Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Unbelievable start for Newcastle. 21-0. TJ Bradford, 46-yard touchdown run, 3-yard touchdown, and then a 65-yard touchdown run. Turns out it makes a big difference to have that guy in the lineup.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then he'll open it up for the rest of it, too.
Kick from Madrano will go into the end zone. But Newcastle scored 60 last week over Duncan. They got 21 here right tonight. So that's obviously 81 points in about 4.5-ish quarters after, the offense struggled, the several weeks before without Bradford. Shut out by Tuttle. How many against Blanchard was it? 10? 14-10, and then just 14 against Elgin. Offense has exploded these last couple weeks with Bradford back in there.
Yeah. And I noticed 34 wasn't back there to get the kickoff.
Yeah, still no Mahmoud as we start this next drive.
I hate that.
Yeah, me too. The run here will go for about 4 yards for Christian Schutte.
It looks like he's a good running back to get 4 yards on that front.
He's a load, 6'2", 210.
And he just went. I think he made 3 yards at about a foot above the ground.
Yeah, I've tried to, scope out Mahmoud on the sideline. I don't see him. You got eyes on? If you do, feel free.
Yeah, he's out there. It looks like he has his arm
right. He's
up.
holding the football.
Holding the football.
It looked like they were checking out his left hand before, so maybe he's trying to see how tight of a grip he can get.
Well, I noticed Caden Long on that tackle was grabbing at the ball and pulling at him at the ball, and then he went down. So
They'll go back to Schutte here, left side. Got a little bit of room, broke a couple of tackles. He's wrangled down. Nice grab there by Tucker Brown, who's been really good the last few weeks. Kept them just short of the marker, 3rd down, and called it a long 1, maybe 2.
They're figuring some things out. I think Newcastle's going to have to take a breath before they just charge in. So they're figuring some things, getting out around the end, keep going to the left. But they're going to have to do some things to slow down a little bit on their assault.
3rd down here. They'll go back to him again, and he will pick it up. 1st down. Up to about the 32-yard line and move the chains for the Bombers.
Yeah, and there you got Scagnetti right there in the middle of them like you're used to seeing. So you can tell it's kind of affecting the defense because they're spread out.
Yeah.
And now they're not pursuing behind the line as much.
So 1st and 10 after the 1st down run by Schutte. Manella checks over with his sideline. Handoff, Schutte again up the middle. He's got some room. Schutte breaking some tackles. And that's another 1st down. So into the game, Christian Schutte called upon with the injury to Mahmoud. And, boy, he's handling the job well right now. Another big run there for 1st down.
Midwest City coaching, there's some great plays that they're putting in there. They had 5 receivers that time, so completely spread out the back and one of the linebackers.
1st and 10 at the 43. Back to him again. Keep feeding him, and he's going to keep those big legs moving. Boy, Christian Schutte is just carrying this Bombers offense down the field right now. They crossed the 50.
Man, he's strong runner. I don't know that he has the speed that Mahmoud may have, but he's got that strength. He's carrying 2 and 3 guys with him.
Second and short after the big run on first down. Back to him again to the left side. This time nowhere to go. Jackson Shaniel in there along with Barbie and a slew of others to blow that one up.
Brown lost his helmet, so he has to come to the sideline.
So the no gain there will make it 3rd down and 1.
Here they go with those receivers again.
Just the other side of the 50. Final 90 seconds of the first quarter. Back to Schutte on the ground. He's bottled up, but he didn't need much, and it looked like he does get it by about a yard. That'll be a first down. Bill, you're back on Wasp duty.
I'm here.
Oh, boy. Nobody can multitask like Billy Collier.
We'll see. You hear me scream, you'll know that's not true.
Final minute closing in of the first quarter. 21-0 Newcastle here at Jim Darnell Stadium. Manila takes the shotgun snap. He'll fire. Pass is caught. Parker poked it loose. It's on the turf. And it looked like Davis, I think that was Darwan Davis, number 15, got back on it.
Well, and I think they thought about calling it incomplete, but it's better for Newcastle that they didn't because it looks like it's a loss of 1.
I ended up losing a yard on that. I think that was definitely a catch. Looked like he caught it, secured it, had maybe a step or two, and then it was poked out.
Definitely a good call. You had one defensive back over here between 2 receivers, and he just waited to see which one he'd pick.
So after all that, they lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Run on the ground. Here's Mahmoud back in, and he'll pile forward for a gain of about 5 or 6. Good to see him back in the game.
Very good to see him back. And I'm appreciating seeing Barbie in there. He's getting in there, taking the big hits and making the big stops.
Final 10 seconds here of the quarter. They don't have to snap it again. Looks like they might. They'll go back to Mahmoud. Runs into a brick wall. Bounces out. Boy, hanging on for dear life. Jackson Shanuel. That was impressive. Just held onto his jersey and wouldn't let go. I think he's going to be short. There's an injured racer down.
Looks like it.
73 for the Racers, which I believe is Blake Allen. Yeah, Blake Allen is down, and so they're going to attend to him. The first quarter came to an end, so we'll stop. They'll get a look at Blake Allen. The quarter also ended, so hopefully he's all right. We'll give you an update on him, but a great start for the first quarter overall for Newcastle. They lead at 21-0 after 1. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Back in Midwest City, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So 4th and 1 here for Midwest City as we open up the second quarter. Blake Allen, by the way, for Newcastle, walked off under his own power, a little gingerly, but under his own power. So hopefully he's good to get back in this game later on. Meanwhile, we got a big 4th down play here. They're going to go for it. Mahmoud up the gut, bounced off, second effort, going to get it. First down for the Bombers inside the 35.
He is a strong runner. You can see just in his legs. He's not going to come down very easy.
One of those guys that the first hit's not going to get it done most of the time.
Right. You're going to take turns hitting him. So that was a good job. And I would go for it, too. 4th and 1, they haven't stopped him for less than 1 on a run.
And you're right about the 35.
Yeah.
You're down 3 touchdowns. I agree. Yeah, good call. And it worked out for Coach Darrell Hall. 1st and 10 up to the 33. Bombers all on the ground on this drive, other than that one pass play that ended up being fumbled backwards. High snap. It'll be a QB keeper here. And going for a short run inside the 30. I think that was a different quarterback there. Try to make sure I could scope out that number. It looks like Josiah Johnson, whose position is just athlete, gives you an idea of how he's used. Came in for that direct snap.
Yeah, now they're going back to Manila.
Good run on first down, though, for Midwest City up to the 29. So it'll be second down, and 6. 10:45 to play until halftime. Manila back to Mahmoud on the ground. Left side, bouncing off the line, and he's bottled up. Trey Burchett grabbed the hold and wouldn't let go. Tucker Brown in there to assist.
I got to give it to the line right there.
Yeah.
The line, there was nowhere to run. There was no place to put your foot. And that just made it where the linebackers could get around there and stop him up. That was a great stop.
So they do give him a yard there on the initial push. But nevertheless, still a 3rd and 5 for Midwest City. We'll see if they run the football. I think you probably can because, A, you're running it well, but then also, B, you're probably going to go for it on 4th down again. So I imagine you have 2 plays to pick this up if you're Midwest City.
I agree.
Manila checking with his sideline. Play clock is ticking down. They got to snap this. And Coach Hall recognized it and took a timeout to save him a penalty. That play clock was draining down.
I was wondering if it was moving slow because they did the fake. They looked over the sideline and looked over the sideline and then looked over to the sideline. It's like, is it ever going to go?
Just a 30-second timeout here, so we'll stick here through the break. Make sure to tell you about our second quarter sponsor, which is Contemporary Family Dentistry. The number one goal is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Come in and experience the difference. 1117 Northwest 32nd Street. Give them a call at 405-387-9300. One of our oldest sponsors, Contemporary Family Dentistry.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they were with us in 2020.
They were.
Yeah, so the whole time you and I have been doing this, they've been on board with us. So.
They just opened up a new one in Blanchard.
Heck yeah, that's what I like to hear. So. Expansion.
There you are.
That's what we like. So shout out good people at Contemporary Family Dentistry. They've been a great sponsor for us. It's crazy. It's already our 5th year doing this, me and you.
I know.
And they've been with us the whole way. So shout out them. How was the Luigi's last week, by the way? That photo was mean. I was in the back of a rental going through Mississippi, and Billy sending me photos of the pregame Luigi's last Friday night.
It was pretty darn good.
It was good like it always is.
That's right.
Don't have a home game for a month, so I gotta wait around. No home games for Newcastle the entire month of October. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is weird.
3rd and 5 after the timeout. That's a false start. Yep. Somebody on the right side of the Bombers line moved. And that's going to make a 3rd and 5 and 3rd and 10. Boy, right out of a timeout. That'll make your hair fall out if you're Coach Darrell Hall.
Yeah, the coach down here is getting a little upset about that, and it did look like some of his hair fell out. So
a 3rd and 5 right out of a timeout. That's a tough one to swallow.
It is. 3rd and 10's a heck of a lot harder than 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 10 after the penalty. 4 wide for Manila. Going to have to throw, and they will. Drop back, fire over the middle. Caught by Davis. 50-50 ball, and he pulled it down. Longman able to bring him down. He was right there, but just a good catch by Chance Davis, skying up there and pulling that one in.
That was a great catch, great strength. He held that. Caden was trying to beat it out of his hands with everything he could and could not get it out of there. Great catch and gives them great yardage.
So they move the sticks on 3rd and 10 all the way down to the 13-yard line. Midwest City into the red zone for the first time tonight, trying to get back in this game here at home. Need a touchdown here. Manila fires out in the flat. It's caught. Going to the far side with some speed and corralled from behind.
That's Cragg.
That was Devin Walker, the senior speedy wideout.
Yeah, that was good to see. Devin Cragg getting over there.
Oh, you're good.
Getting over there and getting him stopped. And He's turned out to be a real good player. He's playing the cover back. He got over there pretty fast with one hand, was able to bring him down.
With Devin Walker just listed at 5'4", 145. But, boy, he can move. You see him get to that edge.
If I was 5'4" out there with those guys, I'd move too.
2nd and 4. Back to Mahmoud on the ground. He's bottled up. Nothing there. Brown able to clean it up. Looked like Alcision got the initial shot on him. And it'll be 3rd down. But we have another man down here.
There are some helmets popping out there.
Yeah, this is a physical game right now. Good to see you hopping right back up for the Bombers. I think, look like, I quite make out the number. I think it was 69, which is Corey Fletcher, junior lineman. Was slow to get up, but he's staying in the game.
That's what you expect of a football player, you know.
Oh, yeah. 3rd and 3 after the short run by Mahmoud. They can get a 1st down here.
They have an extra blocker.
Direct snap to Josiah Johnson back in for that Wildcat. He piles forward, and he's going to get the 1st down, it looks like. So it's going to be 1st and goal for Midwest City. This has been a methodical and sorely needed drive for the Bombers. That T.J. Bradford touchdown run came with 4:23 to go in the 1st quarter. Midwest City's had it since then. So you're talking about over an 8-minute drive right now.
Yes, and that's exactly what they needed to kind of get their feet underneath them, get themselves established.
Yeah.
And I think for the defense, you're going to, on offense, you're going to have to set up some plays of your own and methodically go down the field.
So it's 1st and goal at the 2. Josiah Johnson still in at quarterback. He'll give it to Mahmoud, who piles forward, and he's in. Touchdown, Bombers.
Once Mahmoud starts going forward, you're not going to stop him behind the line.
Yeah.
You're just not. He's not going to do it. So that was a good run by him. It was great to see him come back into the game and then make that score.
So Midwest City, trying to do clock math is always kind of scary. I think 8-minute, 38-second drive, I think, if I'm doing the math right there. And, boy, Midwest City needed something to try and flip momentum. That was pretty darn good. Extra point from Ruben Trejo is up and through. And it was 7:45 to play until halftime. Midwest City is on the board. We'll see how Newcastle responds. They're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma because we wouldn't be a community without you.
Back in Midwest City, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier on the Oklahoma Sports Network. A absolutely fantastic drive by Midwest City. They go 8 minutes, 38 seconds. Nearly a full quarter with the football. Just slowly matriculating their way down the field. They punch it in, the 2-yard touchdown run by Jaheim Mahmoud. And it makes it a 2-score game now, 21-7. Bombers really needed that, Billy.
Very much. Keeping it out of the hands of TJ and Shanuel.
Yeah. Kickoff here is going to be a short one fielded by Longman just inside the 30. Caden Longman, a stiff arm, trying to get to that sideline. A never-ending barrage of Bombers. He does cut forward for a few more yards, and he'll settle down at the 37-yard line.
That's got to be troubling. You want to kick a short one because usually those don't run as well, and then it lands right to Caden Longman.
Yeah.
And just finding this cut.
Well, you've seen the racers adjust to that. You know, right from the very first, they kind of knew that Midwest City was going to do that. They put Longman not all the way back. Smart, setup there by the racers.
That is. Need to get that ball just a little bit higher in the air to maybe make a good play on him.
So the Newcastle offense back out there. It's been the T.J. Bradford show so far. 3 touchdown runs for him. And he's back out there looking for more.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. I think they do need to have a methodical, just
give defense a little bit of a breather.
Yes.
On the field for a long time, which a lot of these guys also play offense. So do with that what you will. But 1st and 10. They'll fake it to Bradford. Shania will keep. Stiff arm and a lower the shoulder at the end there. Took a bit of a pop, but Shania also can deliver those as well.
Yeah.
Good run on first down. Gets just past the 40.
It's one of those helmet hits you don't know who got hit and who got hit.
Yeah, who got the worst of it there, yeah.
So
give him 4 yards, make it 2nd and 6. Shanuel will fake the handoff, and there he goes. A perfect read by QB1. Jackson Shanuel, goodbye.
Wow.
63 yards.
That's the fastest I've ever seen him run.
He was scooting.
Man alive. It was like 40 step, 35 step, 30 step. Great run by him. I don't know if his defense is going to be as happy as us.
A great look at that touchdown run again on the Eric Ledoux instant replay. Eric Ledoux State Farm, their dedicated team committed to helping you find the perfect insurance for your unique needs, whether it's auto, home, life, or life insurance. We're here to provide personalized quotes and guidance so you can navigate life's roads with confidence. Call for a free quote today, 405-392-3992. It looked like snap was in the dirt, so Longman having to pick it up and try to dance around. He'll fire to the end zone, and it will go caught. No way!
Wow!
No way! It's caught. The 2-pointer counts. What a catch off the deflection.
How on earth?
I believe it was on the far side. I think that was Jaden Fletcher, number 41. This is the greatest use of the Eric Ledoux instant replay we've ever had. No way, man.
He reached between them and grabbed that ball.
When it's your night, it's your night.
I guess the football gods are smiling.
Unbelievable. We got to take a timeout just to absorb what just happened. 6:55 to play until halftime. 29-7 Racers on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Back at Jim Darnell Stadium, still trying to figure out what just happened on that 2-point play. So the snap was in the dirt. Cade Longman, who's obviously the backup quarterback, the holder, he ends up scooping it, just runs around, buys time, just throws up a prayer ball. Look for Jaden Fletcher, who's a defensive end, by the way. And it was on the far side, so it's not really clear if he caught it off a deflection or if he just stripped it away. Our producer, Carson Wade, thought he might have done that. Either way, one of the most ridiculous 2-point conversions you'll ever see.
Incredible.
That kind of night for Newcastle right now. They lead at 29-7. This kickoff will go into the end zone. So Jackson Shanuel, 63-yard touchdown run. The Racers now have touchdown runs of 46, 65, and 63 tonight. That'll play.
That will. And then they say, great job, Shanuel. Now get out there on defense.
Yeah, they didn't really do the whole, methodical, give the defense a breather thing. 2 plays right back in the end zone. But
well, I'm looking, not seeing him out there on defense. They may be giving him a breath.
That's not a bad idea.
Looks like they got Scagnetti in there at inside linebacker.
Jackson Shanuel. You're right, though. I mean, we've seen Shanuel run over a lot of people. Don't know if we've ever seen him just run by people the way he just did on that touchdown run. That was incredible.
He was running away. And one of the things we talked about this Midwest City team is fast, and he just kept running.
So 29-7 Racers after the 2-point conversion. Handoff here to Mahmoud's got nowhere to go. A bunch of Racers in there. I think I saw Elcision, Tucker Brown, Fletcher, who just got that 2-pointer.
Yeah.
A lot of guys.
That was the team in there right there. It looked like Garrett Pratt kind of led the way, and then the other 3 just beat him up on the way down. I think that's the shortest gain. Well, one of the shortest gains they've allowed Mahmoud to go. Yeah.
Only got a yard on that. 2nd down. Manella checking with his sideline. Bombers have not really aired it out much. A couple of quick passes, but for the most part, they've kept it on the ground. 2nd and 9. They will throw it here. Another quick one to Davis near sideline. And he's knocked out by Longman. Didn't get much, maybe a yard or two.
Yeah, the coaches are talking about something out there.
It seems like, Midwest City, they're not feeling great about protecting Manila, really letting him drop back. They haven't done that much at all in this first half. We'll see if that changes into the second half.
Well, you saw Ruben come out right there, but nobody went out. He came in the game and nobody went out. I wonder if they've been playing with 10 players the last 2 downs.
It's possible. 3rd down, Manila's going to just launch this one down the field. Davis never really saw it.
Yeah, they had him bottled up right there.
Sideline was hoping for a pass interference call. I don't know what that was. That was a strange-looking play. Manila just kind of stepped back and threw a jump ball. Looked like they may have even – I don't want to speculate too much, but I wonder if Davis was getting jammed up at the line and they thought they might be able to just get a pass interference call. If I just throw it up right away, they're not ready for it. Might get them kind of jammed them up and get a PI call, but it didn't work.
Well, and you saw there you had 2 defensive guys there on the one. I think he thought he'd just whip around him and then run to the ball, and it just didn't happen with 2 defenders.
So the Bombers have to punt away. Great job by the Racer defense after that long drive. They force a 3-and-out here, and they'll get the football back. Line drive punt.
Good job by Caden.
Fair caught by Longman on the plus side of the 50. It had been Shanuel so far tonight, but it was Longman there. So Shanuel got that whole sequence off after the long touchdown run.
Well deserved as well.
I think he earned it.
Yes, absolutely.
Looks like he's ready to come back in, though, here on offense. 5:20 to play until halftime. Stick with us at the half, by the way. The Newcastle Band is here, so you'll see Midwest City and Newcastle bands perform here at Rose Field, Jim Darnell Stadium. Obviously, Billy and I will give you some scores from around the state. That's first Friday of October. And we'll get you all ready for the second half here from Midwest City as Newcastle right now in great shape. Still a long way to go, but can't ask for much more in this first half, leading it 29-7 and have the football on the plus side of the 50 and can look to add some more. Here's Shanuel. He'll do misdirection. Bradford again. Cutback move. Boy, TJ Bradford is shifty. He's got room again. Bradford breaking tackles inside the 25. Are you kidding me?
That was incredible. Just kind of ducked down, and the guy slid over him. Looks like he's coming up a little gimpy, but a great run and great blocking down the field. I don't know how often you see that.
Yeah.
Just great blocking continuing down the field.
And Bradford's asking to be subbed out. So hopefully nothing major there. Like you said, a little bit hobbled. Well, now Newcastle got stuck here with – they got to take a timeout. Bradford asked for a sub, and then they sent out – what was that? It looked like Ruben Rendon Zamora, but then Bradford, I don't know if he changed his mind or thought I'll stick it out for one play. Miscommunication there.
Well, the way he's walking over there, I don't know if he thought he could make it from the far hash to the line in the
before the play clock.
Before the play clock, yeah.
So they had to burn a quick timeout here. We'll stick here. What another incredible run, though, by Bradford. You've seen them tonight. We haven't seen them do this a lot. Maybe they did it last week against Duncan. You can speak to it. But those misdirection runs, they get the line moving one way, and then Shanuel kind of flips his hips, gives it to Bradford going full speed the other way. They have burned Midwest City a couple of times doing that tonight. Been really well designed and well executed.
Well, tonight's the first time I've really seen that, kind of handing off with the offhand as he is doing. I didn't see that last week. I haven't seen it all year, but it really is messing with Midwest City's head.
So Bradford out now. Hopefully, again, nothing too alarming, just a bit of a stinger there. Bound to happen. And Ruben Rendon Zamora into the game at running back. Meanwhile, the Racers are just on the outskirts of the red zone here, looking to add some more points. Shanuel, handoff is faked, and he'll plow over a guy into the Trinity Restoration red zone for the second time. That's right, it's only the second time because the other 3 touchdowns came from far away.
The center of the M.
Yeah, beyond.
So that's a good run. I'd like to see what Rendon Zamora can do, is he can get down there low and run into that. He's a big guy to try and tackle.
See Bradford right now, he's on the sideline. He's kind of running up and down trying to walk it off, basically. Second down, Shania will roll to his left. He's going to put it in the air. Fire to the end zone. Got a man. Longman touchdown, Newcastle. Wow. What a dot by Shanuel.
Great pass, just right over his head. Great route run. You saw Longman there getting some distance between him and the defender there towards the end. Just a great job. Perfect place to put the ball and put it right in there. 18-yard touchdown pass to Caden Longman. So we have, 4 rushing touchdowns and now a passing touchdown.
A perfect throw by Shanuel on the run, running to his left, just lofted it up. A perfect parabola right to the pylon. The extra point this time much cleaner is booted through by Bell. And with 4:19 to play until halftime, the Racers are piling up the points. 36-7 Newcastle. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back at Jim Darnell Stadium, I couldn't find the names. It's Rose Field here in Midwest City. 36-7 Newcastle. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. Steamy night. We were just talking about that in the break. The sun has gone down. It's not quite as just pure hot, but it's sticky out here.
It is.
I'm sweating buckets in this. We're in a booth here, and my
just
shirt's
no
sticking
air.
to me. Yeah. But right now, if this is what it's going to – if it produces this kind of
that's right.
play, we'll take this weather every time. As Newcastle's offense just firing on all cylinders right now. Kick from Madrano goes into the end zone. 4:17 to play until halftime. 36 points on the board, Billy. 5 drives, 5 touchdowns. It's been phenomenal. I mean, what more could you say offensively? It's been so sharp.
Absolutely. And even in the kickoffs, Madrano has all but one put him into the end zone. And he's one getting the workout tonight.
Yeah.
So he is doing a great job, and we haven't had to see some of those tough runbacks with the speed and size.
So Manila and this Midwest City offense back out onto the field. Handoff here is bottled up to Mahmoud. Did a good job breaking a tackle or two there, but Racers kept on swarming. 2-yard gain, if that.
Good job by Lozano. Good to have him back playing in the game. He got his paws on him, slowed him down so the rest of the team could get up there and take him down.
And you're seeing, and knock on wood in a major way, but you're seeing Newcastle getting healthier, getting some of these guys back that were out earlier in the year. And it's making a big difference, obviously. Final 4 minutes of the first half. Midwest City right now, you feel like just trying to maybe get to halftime and find a way to recoup a little bit.
Just stay on offense till halftime.
Yeah, they've done it once. 8-minute drive earlier. Here's Mahmoud through the left side. Good run. Burchett and Scagnetti there to upend him. Looks like he's going to be short of the marker, but not by much. Maybe a yard.
Yeah, he took a hard hit to the legs there by Burchett.
Yeah.
Burchett came in like a missile. He can't run without legs, and that's what he did, is took the leg.
And it's important, too. We talked about it a little bit in pregame. For both teams to keep playing because point differential is a key thing. So you want to make sure you keep your foot on the gas. For Newcastle, if you're Midwest City, you can't give up. This run here from Mahmoud didn't really go anywhere. I think it might be still enough for the first down, though. They were really close before. Oh, boy, it's close. Depends on which official. Far side's got him not getting it.
Yeah, they put him on the 30.
Looks like he's short.
They made measure.
They're just going to go for it, looks like. No, now they're saying it is a first down. No?
Yeah, first down.
First down. Okay. Hey, boy, it was not. If it was a first down, it was not by much.
By a lace.
But they are going to give it to him. So first down. Oh, now maybe not.
Uh-oh.
Okay, it is a first down. Okay. There was a lot of miscommunication there. The official back behind the offense was pointing that it should be first down, but the chains just simply weren't moving.
Yeah, the lead official keeps saying first down, and the chain guys just kind of stay put.
The chain gang was just not getting the memo, but now they move.
There we go.
That was an adventure. You see Midwest City taking their time right now. Work that clock, try to get to halftime. Mahmoud, nothing. Maybe a yard or two. It's actually a flag or a shoe.
That's a shoe.
Shoe came flying out. That run's actually by Shooty, number 11. Mahmoud now back in the game.
Well, and they're keeping that inside bottled up, and you're seeing Newcastle slowing down and covering those holes and the gaps. They're not trying to catch them in the backfield, and that's probably been the best thing at stopping some of these runners.
Hand off to Mahmoud to the right side. Breaks one tackle. Cut back move. And a barrage of racers there to slow him down after some real nice shiftiness by the senior running back.
Yeah, that's really good testimony to him. Somebody that size can make a cut like that.
Yeah.
You know, we see TJ, who's a little bit smaller than him, and it doesn't surprise us a whole bunch, but we're impressed. And this guy shifts on a dime. That was a good play. Good run.
Call it 3rd and 2 here for Midwest City on their own 38-yard line. Manila able to pull in the snap, goes back to Mahmoud, breaks one tackle, he'll run forward and get the first down. Driven down right on the Midwest City M by Cody Nix. But there's a first down.
Yeah, and they're just driving, just getting 3-4 yards at a time.
See if they're going to pick up the pace a little bit here now. I mean, you did want to get to halftime, but now you've picked up a couple first downs. Try to get some points here for Midwest City. They do get the ball to start the second half as well. Manila back to pass. He's going to fire, going to take a shot. We haven't seen them do a lot of this. Now he's going to go incomplete, looking for Josiah Johnson. Overshot him.
Yeah, it's a good job. Armstead right there in position to make the play. That's really smart at Midwest City. They've been running all these punch plays, and then to fake that and come back for a pass, and I'm impressed the defensive back stayed where they were supposed to be. So good job to the defense.
2nd and 10. They'll let Manila throw again. Over the middle. Pass is caught by Davis. And boy, he's got a lot of speed as he zoomed up that right side for a first down inside the Racer 40.
He did. Boy, he was fast. It's a good thing Ian Barker pushed him out where he did.
That was Darwan Davis, number 15. He's a junior. We've also seen a lot of Chance Davis in this game.
Yes.
He's a senior wideout. So we're into the final minute. Clock is ticking here. Midwest City's got 2 timeouts to play with. Don't seem to be in all that much of a hurry, though.
Kind of surprised.
A rollout, pressure coming in his face, and Manella's buried. It's Trey Burchett blowing that one up.
Yeah, they got back there real quick. 71 kind of opened it up, Cody Nix, and then they came back there and stopped it, and now you have a timeout by Midwest City.
And Bombers no choice but to take one there with 43 seconds to play until halftime. Trey Burchett was like a heat-seeking missile there. There was just nowhere to go for Manila. And, boy, that really kills a lot of the momentum of this drive for Midwest City. And you're now way backed up out in your midfield. And you don't have a lot of time, only one timeout.
Well, and a lot of twos here. But now they're looking at 2nd and 22. And the way they've been getting their yards is 4 or 5 at a time. They don't have time to do that. And the way the defensive backs have been playing for Newcastle, I don't know that they're going to get much deep. Now, I'll tell you what, Chance Davis, the hands he's got and the strength he has, maybe a chance. But it's not looking to their favor right now.
Again, stick with us at halftime. We'll let the bands do their thing here at Jim Darnell Stadium. We'll also give you some scores. Look ahead to the second half on this first Friday of October. Reminder, we're going to be off next week. It's a late bye week this season, so we'll have next Friday to catch our breath, get ready for the home stretch. We'll be back at it 2 weeks from tonight, just across the metro as we head over to Classen SAS 2 weeks from tonight. We were there a couple years ago. Get back out there in 2 weeks' time to see the Racers battle the Comets. Hope you tune in then.
That'll be a fun game as well. I think they'll played real well that night.
2nd and 22. Manello will throw. Pressure in his face. He'll fire. Pass is caught. Good job scooping that by Dustin Anderson, another sophomore. Farmers have a lot of young guys playing a lot of snaps.
That was a gain of 5, and they're not taking their last time out.
Yeah, clock is ticking off here.
You're going to have to throw it down the field now.
You're going to have to take a shot, really, your only hope. 20 seconds. Manila, he'll roll out to his left. Pressure coming from behind is Burchett again. He'll fire a deep ball. Got one-on-one down there, and Longman jump ball picked off. Caden Longman, you got mossed. What a play by the backup QB, the do-it-all man for the Racers. Pulling that one down.
Yeah, it's a great catch. Caught it right at the height. I thought the receiver was going to come up under him and make the catch, but he did a good job getting it back down the field. Went down in time for 4 seconds. Normally I'd say, they'll take a knee. But they've shown they can score in 4 seconds tonight.
I mean, why not run the ball?
There you go.
I mean, nothing crazy, but run the ball, and who knows? You could pop it.
68 yards, that's been the norm tonight.
So 4 seconds. Racers are going to take, it would appear, at least a 29-point lead into the locker room. A dynamite first half.
I'm interested what Coach Brickman calls for this play.
I think probably something conservative. They may run the ball, though.
So.
No Bradford again, though. Ruben Rendon Zamora back in the game. So hopefully, nothing crazy on TJ. We'll keep an eye on that during the half. See if they run a play here or just sit on it. They're going to run it with Rendon Zamora to the left side. Nothing much there. Maybe lost a yard, maybe no gain. And that's just bookkeeping, as it's going to end the first half. But a sensational first half for Newcastle. Offensively, running at will. Jackson Shaniel was tremendous. TJ Bradford still pretty darn good. Nothing's changed there. And then defensively, other than that one drive where Midwest City was able to just keep moving the sticks, it was really darn good, too. 36-7 Racers at the half, Billy. I don't know what more you could really hope for.
Really, you're not. That one, they may have, this happens a lot, they may have let off the gas a little bit. What Midwest City is good at, and they weren't able to do it the whole half, is just get those 4 and 5 yards and work your way down the field. But we weren't letting them do that, and coming up just some key plays at key times. I wonder if they'll come out in the second half and just kind of try to eat up the field like that again.
For sure. Sensational first half for Newcastle. They have a big lead at the break, 36-7 here at Jim Darnell Stadium. We'll go ahead and step aside here with the Midwest City marching band getting ready to take the field here at Rose Field. So we'll let them do their thing here, and we'll also rejoin you in just a little bit. Give you some scores from around the state, get you all ready for the second half of this one as Newcastle in control, leading it 36-7 after 2 at the Jim Darnell Stadium. My brain just stopped working there for a moment.
Well, it's hard to say Jim and Gene.
I'm just so it's just so humid and sticky. It's throwing me off. So 36-7 Racers at the break. We'll step aside halftime now here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
you sure you want to uninstall?
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma, because we wouldn't be a community without you.
At CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
All right, back at Jim Darnell Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, of course, away on the production. Ryan Martinez working the camera. We are just a couple of minutes away from getting this second half started. Newcastle all over Midwest City, 36-7. Give you some scores from around 5A as we wait to get the second half started. Carl Albert on our network is doing what they do, 56-0, pounding El Reno. In district, Southeast and Duncan, 21 apiece at the break. So a really good game there. Nice, all knotted up at the half. Obviously, we saw Duncan last week. We'll see Southeast in the regular season finale a little over a month from today on November 8th at the stadium. Booker T. Washington beating Shawnee 21-0. McAllister on top of Edison Prep 47-6. Del City on OSN. Also, just like Carl Albert, doing what they do, 58-0, pounding Tulsa Memorial at the half there. Claremore leads Nathan Hale 35-7. Pryor on top of Tahlequah 16-6. Durant leads East Central 34-7. Guthrie Noble probably the game of the night right now in 5A. 21-14 Blue Jays, the score in that one. Collinsville 49-0 on Will Rogers. Bishop Kelly 13-0 on Coweta. Altus on OSN doing their thing, 28-0 on top of Western Heights. Lawton High last night 42-8 over John Marshall. And then Lawton MacArthur, 61-0 over Class and SAS. That game was also on OSN. We'll see the Comets, like I said, in a couple of weeks. The Highlanders with a big blowout win last night over them. So that's some scores from around 5A. Do you have anything else you wanted to dive into that you saw going on around the state tonight?
A couple of games. One of them you hit was a Noble Guthrie game. That's a little bit of surprise.
That's a good game. Yeah, that's a good game. That's an interesting game. You know, that 5A2, we're in 5A1. So the two districts, they'll play each other in the first round of the playoffs like we've talked about. So that's kind of the attention lies in our district, but you're also kind of peeking over there to kind of see how's that shaking out. You know, how's that going to look? So,
and you better have Guthrie in your periphery.
Guthrie, that's a really good program. Consistency. They were the only team in the regular season last year who came even remotely close to beating Carl Albert. They did. They had them. It was a barn burner game, but obviously replacing a lot from last year. Still a really good team, but definitely.
Another one sticks out here. One of the games of the night. New Fellows, Bethany. They're playing Blanchard. It looks like Blanchard is leading at halftime 28-14.
That's good. It was 28-7 when I checked in, so Bethany must have got a score there before halftime, so that's good. To see Broncos trying to hang in there.
Yeah, Heritage Hall shutting out Anadarko. Not really many others that just
not a lot of close games right now. Yeah, right.
And the team that's winning is the one winning big.
Right,
so it was a good night, but I think you're right. I would love to be able to see that Guthrie Noble game.
Yeah.
So.
And for sure. And Tuttle also, for those curious tuned in, also doing their thing. 55-0 on the Dill. So.
Yeah.
All right, so second half about to get started, Billy. What's your thought here? I mean, obviously it's a great first half, 29-point lead. Just kind of do more of the same, I guess, right?
Yeah, don't let your foot off the brake. You know, keep it on the gas, keep going. I have a feeling that desperation may stick in here with Midwest City. They don't like losing like this on their home field.
Yeah.
So I would wonder if they're going to run with a little more oomph.
Second half kickoff presented by First United Bank. Bombers will start with the football. Go into the end zone from Madrano. And we're off and running in the second half. Our third quarter sponsor is OEC, the Oklahoma Electric Cooperative. Taking high-speed fiber where no one else will. No contracts, no fees, just a good connection. Bringing you the power of high-speed fiber services to your door. Check them out at oecfiber.com. And like I said in the first half, you got to keep playing for both teams here because point differential is huge. Even if you're Midwest City right now, you're thinking we're down 29. That's a lot to overcome. Getting it within that 15 could help you down the road. So that's the key. If you're Newcastle, you want to make sure you keep it outside of 15. So first play of the second half is an incomplete pass. As trying the far side there. I think that might have been, is that Davis, number 5? Can't quite see the number. Might be number 4, which is Dustin Anderson, actually, I think was the intended target there. Just missed him. Did Manella.
Yep. Wasn't going to be a whole lot. Looks like they're trying to start the way they did one session where they went down the field, come out with those short passes, but there were 4 Newcastle guys around him.
Second and 10. Throw out in the flat here looking for Mahmoud, and incomplete pass was out in front of him. Trey Burchett was ready to blow him up if he had pulled that in.
Yeah, Trey was wanting him. He was licking his chops on that one.
Yeah, Trey Burchett was ready. Mahmoud had his feet or his eyes on the ground trying to catch the football. That could have been a big hit if he had pulled it in, but incomplete pass. So it's third and 10 after 2 quick incompletions. The clock is running through this incompletion, by the way. I don't know if that's an intentional move for a running clock or someone asleep with the wheel. I guess we'll find out.
I don't see the officials saying anything about it.
Maybe they haven't noticed. Maybe they're good with it. Who knows? Third and 10 over the middle of the field. That'll go incomplete as that pass short of the mark.
And that was very unlike their one earlier. He was off on his throws, threw it behind a receiver, threw it in front of a receiver, and then one bounced it to another receiver.
Tried to take a shot there. Clock is still ticking, by the way. So, again, we might be going running clock. You don't typically see this in district games, especially this early. Just starting the second half. So we'll see if that's just a clock malfunction or if this is an actual decision to run the clock. I guess we'll find out. Newcastle's okay with it. I mean, you're like, all right, shorten the game. That's good for us. Punt away here.
Good punt.
Jackson Shane back to return again. He's going to let it go over him. Takes a big Midwest City hop. And it will roll down to the 33-yard line and be down there with 10:22 to go here in the third quarter. So back out for this Racer offense, and great to see T.J. Bradford coming back out as well.
That's it, and the clock is stopped now. So
I think even when you do running clock, typically you would stop in between possessions.
Change of possessions.
I think. I could be wrong on that.
Well, and I'm not that familiar with running clock, so.
We've had it a couple times over the years. Relatively scarce, though.
Yeah.
And they're running the clock now, so I guess that is a conscious decision because the official just waved to run the clock. So we're about to roll through this second half here, fellas, if that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I mean, it's a hefty score, 36-7. But, 4 scores, and with point differential being as important, like I just said, I'm a little surprised that Midwest City agreed to it. But nevertheless, Shaniel going deep on the first play for Longman. Incomplete. Had that great interception earlier, tried to make another great catch there.
Yeah, that was a good attempt. Great coverage. They're hand volleying down the sideline. That was good coverage, and it's good to throw that back deep, kind of get those guys off the line. That'll open it up later for Shanuel and Bradford.
Clock stopped now, so I'm not going to pretend to know what's going on with the clock. We're just going to roll with the punches. Julie and I are not going to speculate on clock anymore. 2nd and 10. We're just going to enjoy the ball game. Handoff to Bradford, who had a monster first half. Breaking some tackles, carrying guys. There is a flag thrown down at the end there. As it stands, about an 8-yard run for Bradford.
And a good, strong run. He drug some guys with him, but I have a feeling that flag's going to march it backwards.
Really good to see Bradford back out there, too. Like I said, I mean, it is a hold, by the way, but he had that crazy run for about, 20, 30 yards. Came up a little bit hobbled, didn't play the rest of the half, which was only a few snaps, but didn't play the rest of the half. You're kind of worried, like, oh, no. Hopefully he didn't tweak anything. So good to see him back out there.
Yes. Just saying, hopped right up after that tackle.
Because you can see everyone knows how good he is. He was a nominee for our newcomer of the year, and, that's obviously a guy with a lot of hype coming into the season. But what an impact he makes on this team and this offense. 2nd down, Shaniel will throw, going for Longman, overshot him. Oof. Longman had some space. Shaniel just a little too tall. Looking for the backup quarterback and do everything guy, Caden Longman.
Well, and that was kind of a weird play. Everybody was on that side of the field. You had 4 receivers, if you include Anton Brown coming in, Antonio Brown. So you had 4 receivers all on that side of the hash. So I don't know if that was how it was written up or not.
So it's 3rd and 17 after the incomplete pass. So the Racer offense, which was basically unstoppable in the first half, going in reverse here. See what they do on 3rd down. Shaniel, pressure in his face, will drop off a little screen pass to Bradford, who is going to just run into a wall of black and gold jerseys. Nowhere to go. That play was blown up for a loss of a few. So a great first possession defensively for the Bombers.
Yeah, that was just sniffed out. They purposely let the first 3 in, and I think that was a sign to the linebackers and defensive backs, hey, It's short pass, so get ready. What's that?
It's the head official was signaling to roll the clock for a while there, which there was no reason for it to stop there. That was just on a short – it was a negative play. I don't know what's going on with the clock. We're stopping it at random times. We're rolling it through times where it shouldn't be stopped. I don't know what's going on. That kind of night, Midwest City. Just weird things are happening. I feel like everyone's been a little just off tonight.
It is.
Like we're not.
Like just now, they have a delay a game on a punt. Yes. And so I don't know what's going on. And the clock stops, then the clock starts, and then if you are OCD, you might want to turn the sound down and watch the game.
So the Racers will have to punt here, back way up. Good punt. Bounce just in front of the 50, take a racer hop, and take a nice roll. Go all the way down inside the 30. That was a tremendous punt by Madrano, who has been doing the kickoffs. He's got a big leg.
Yes.
Clearly.
So
flip the field there. Midwest City back on offense, down by 4 scores.
I hope we don't see many times like that for Newcastle. You don't want them to let off the gas. Like we said earlier, that's 29 points? That's 4 touchdowns? We've proven you can do that.
Yeah.
So
well, again, it's important to make sure you keep it outside of that 15 mark. You need to take advantage of that every chance you get.
Ooh.
Handoff. Mahmoud's got room. And Mahmoud cut back. Here's what he can do in open field. Had that big one call back earlier. This one's going to hold up. A huge run for Jaheim Mahmoud all the way down inside the 35.
And there you see it, like we talked about the first of the game. When he gets through that first hole, he's got that momentum leaning forward.
Yeah.
He's hard to bring down. It took 4 Newcastle guys to bring him down.
1st and 10 all the way to the 34-yard line. Back to Mahmoud. This one, not a whole lot of room there, but he does a good job just to push forward for about 4.
Yeah, even when he meets him at the line, he still goes 4 yards.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Keep those legs churning.
They're hurrying up.
Down to the 30. Sophomore quarterback Roman Manella trying to get a drive going, get Midwest City a little bit of momentum. Mahmoud to the right side. Nothing there. Bottled up. Looked like Elcision, the guy on the initial contact. Scagnetti also in there.
Good speed. You saw that with Elcision right there, just getting down the line. Held him to just 1. So.
Call it 3rd and 5. They're at the 29. Got to get to the 24. Manila. I think Mahmoud might have just caught that snap straight up. He gets 4 for about a couple. The snap was wide to Manila, and he kind of tipped it, and then Mahmoud just caught the snap, I think.
Yeah, it was like a tip drill. So
that'll work, I guess.
And they still held him to just 1 yard.
So now it's 4th and 4. You're obviously going to go for it if you're with Midwest City. This would be a long field goal in high school football anyway, but down 29.
Yeah, watch for the short pass.
Yeah, interesting decision here for Coach Darrell Hall. Where do they want to go here on 4th and 4? They're going to go with their guy. Mahmoud cuts back, breaks one tackle, bobbing and weaving. Scagnetti bottled him up, and the Racers' defense holds.
That was a twisting, hard tackle there. You see Mahmoud still there on the turf.
Yeah, got a bomber down. Is that Mahmoud?
It is.
Down, and he is
yeah,
slow to get up.
Scagnetti grabbed him, kind of twisted him around. Okay, good, he's up.
He's up on his feet, coming off a little slowly, but.
You hate seeing injuries at this level. Just hate it. These guys are out there. They're wanting to play at the next level. And
yeah, Mahmoud's taken a couple dinks tonight, but he's
has.
obviously battled through it, stayed in the game. So he comes off under his own power. Looks like he's probably going to be okay. Racer offense back out there. So good job by the defense, giving that big run from Mahmoud, but buckled down and got the stop, get the football back to their offense, which has obviously been great tonight.
They need to get something going now. So
hit the midway point of the third quarter as it continues to run. Shaniel on the QB keep.
Wow.
Plowing over, guys. Cutback move. He can't be stopped, and he's wrestled down at the 44. Truck stick.
He shook off 2 guys at the line, shook off 2 guys past the line, and he had to be shocked and surprised to be tackled.
He lowered the boom at the second level. When Jackson Shaniel gets to that next level, he's got safeties and cornerbacks waiting for him. Not good for the defense. Here's Bradford to the left side. Cutback move. TJ Bradford slithering his way inside the 45.
That was a good job. He took quite a hit right there from a couple of bombers, kept his feet, and was able to still make it about another yard or so.
What a run by Bradford there. Boy, he's got a really good ability. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Bijan Robinson in the NFL. Just kind of those not really big spaces, and he just kind of shape shifts his way through. It's really impressive.
It is. It's just fun to watch.
It is. 1st and 10. Racers on the move again here, looking to add some more to their lead. Jet sweep to Caden Longman. He'll pile through some contact inside the 40. Good run on 1st down to the 39.
They're good. That'll spread them out a little bit. I'd turn around, run back, have Caden Longman come, fake it, and go up the middle. Let's see what happens.
Haven't seen any Longman in the QB game tonight. They're doing a lot this season, but he's been obviously very involved. He always is. But it's been all Jackson Shaniel back there and have one of his better games of the season. Been really good. Run to Bradford to the left side. Midwest City, we're ready for that one.
Yeah, they're geared up and ready. They were ready for that one. You're right.
I think Jay Sean Grisby, number 51, the one on the tackle there. A few bombers kind of got in the mix.
Well, he's a defensive end over there and just stayed his position. He knew it was going to be coming close to him, so he just stayed there and got ready for it.
3rd and 5. Shaniel checking with his sideline here. Racers see how they want to go about this. If they put it in the air, go back on the ground to Bradford. So they're going to go to their running back. No, Shaniel kept it. Dives forward inside the 35. That should be a 1st down. Going to depend on the spot, but I think he got it, and he did. 1st down.
That was a good run. Good run right there. Good decision. It seems like they're running. You need to tell me. Are they running as that option? Run.
Yeah, I believe so. Reed, he could give that to Bradford if he wants. He's got to read that edge, basically,
Right.
if he's crashing in on the running back or holding firm. And they've done that a few times, and this has been maybe the most effective QB run game we've seen this year from Jackson Shanuel. He's going to throw here. He'll fire far side. Off the hands. Burchett, that was a great throw.
Yeah.
But Burchett just kind of maybe a little cognizant of the sideline there, trying to make sure he kept his feet, took his eye off it.
Yeah, I was in that place where you're listening for feet, you're looking for sideline, and you're trying to catch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just a little too many things to juggle.
So a complete pass makes it 2nd and 10. 3:07 on this third quarter clock. Shanuel will fake it to Bradford and run forward. Again, just chugging through some arm tackles. Gets down near the 30.
And there was nobody over on that left side. Just everybody had sunk into the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But if you notice what Shanuel did there that was really good, he took a couple of steps and then let his blockers kind of sort them out, then went forward. Picked up 5.
Call it 3rd and 5.5 maybe. Kind of a tweener spot there on the 30. Got to get just inside the 25. Bradford splits out wide. Shanuel going to go QB run right up the gut. Tripped up. A nice tackle for the Bombers. Finrick Wren, junior linebacker, just got the shoelaces of Shanuel and tripped him up, and it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do from here. It's one of those tough plays, Can they get 4 yards or 3 yards? Yeah, probably. But I don't know. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, you would think so. A little long for a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Moving the ball well all night. So they're going to go for it here. 4th and 3. 2 minutes until the end of the quarter. And the snap is booted. Shanuel, though, is able to pick it up. He's going to run for a first down and more, carrying a guy inside the 5.
My goodness.
So the Racers have mishandled 2 snaps tonight, and in both instances they worked out quite well for the black and blue. Good look at that in the Eric Ledoux instant replay. Unbelievable.
Man, he just scooped it up with one hand and just took off running, and I think everybody was surprised.
If you tuned in late earlier on an extra point, they had a mishandle on the holder. Caden Longman, him scooping it, throwing a 2-point conversion to it was Fletcher. So 2 mishandled snaps, both worked great. And it happens again. Wow. Shanuel's going to run into the end zone. Wow. Touchdown, Newcastle. Are you kidding? 2 yards out, and he scores.
Please understand my heart on this, but the football gods are smiling on Newcastle right now.
It's just that kind of night for the Newcastle Racers.
Had a redneck friend in Louisiana. He'd watch that and said, sprayed cologne on a turd. So that's what that was, man. Just bobbled it and then got in there. Let's see what happens now.
Yeah, no kidding. So Shanuel, 2-yard touchdown. That's his 2nd of the night. 3rd total when you loop in the touchdown pass to Caden Longman. Makes it 42-7. Extra point spot down is up from Pfeiffer. And it's good. And with 1:40 to go in the 3rd, all Newcastle. They lead at 43-7 over the Bombers. You're watching high school football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
You can look up at our screen right here. That's our lifeblood. That's how we know what's going on at 14,700 foot.
Because you're completely blind otherwise.
That's correct.
People don't really understand the level of tech that's going on.
Yes, sir. Well, this whole thing is extremely high tech. I mean, just the ability to be able to drill down 13,000 feet and then put 90-degree turn in the well and then drill out another 3 miles.
It doesn't matter how casually you say it. It's a freaking miracle, man.
Yes, sir.
Back to Midwest City. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier. 1:40 to go in the 3rd. Jackson Shanuel's 2nd touchdown run of the night. 3rd total with a touchdown pass earlier. All Racers tonight, 43-7. Madrano will do the honor on the kickoff. It's a line drive kick. Will go out of bounds. Not what you want there. It's been a really good night for Madrano, but a bit of a mishap there. And the Bombers will get good field position going back the other way.
But I'm trying to look here. If we win this game, I think it'd be difficult to land 3 or lower or under 3. And so they're playing some of the best football we've seen probably in a few years. And so I was wondering who would be 3rd and 4th in the other division that we would go up against. So,
yeah, it's a little early,
to
kind of be trying to figure that out. But, you are in really good shape. Again, we talked about in the pregame, whoever gets 4th in this district, barring something crazy, is going to play the Carl Albert Titans in the first round of the playoffs, which is obviously something you want to avoid.
Absolutely.
Goes without saying. So this was a big performance. This was a big game, and the Racers have answered the bell in every way. 43-7. First play, Manila, pressure in his face. He's got nowhere to go, and he's bottled up and slammed to the ground. Aiden Elcision.
Yeah, right there. It's been a long night for that young man, Manila. Again, just a sophomore. We're going to see him for the next few years, but it's got to be tough on a sophomore.
Definitely a statement performance by the Racers here tonight to this point. A game that, we certainly thought coming in would probably be a very competitive game. And Newcastle has just dominated it from the start.
Oh, just leaning on them.
What performance. Manila out in the flat. Pass is caught up the right side, just running into a wall of Racers there. I think that was Aiden Sutton, sophomore tight end on the catch.
Yeah, he ran out there into Ian Barker, and Ian Barker just stopped him right in his steps. He didn't go any farther forward. So now you're looking at 3rd and 13, 14.
On the 31, got to get to the 45. So, 14. I think it's about right. They don't have to snap it again. Looks like they will, though. Maybe not. Roman Manila, the sophomore quarterback, and he will take it to the end of the 3rd right there. 3 quarters in the books here at Jim Darnell Stadium. It's all Newcastle tonight. Racers lead the Bombers 43-7. 4th quarter on the other side of this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Like there was a time when you'd have to put a hole there and 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 there. But this is just the same basic hole, and then you pick the direction you want to go.
Just having a 3-mile lateral, I think you're eliminating something like 60 wells that you'd have to put in.
That's a great leap forward.
You're able to tap the reservoir, and you have less of a footprint.
It never fails to blow me away.
Back at Jim Darnell Stadium, Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Carson Wade on the production. Uriah Martinez out working the camera as we start the 4th quarter.
Play.
A little mid-screen play here to Chance Davis. That was well executed by the Bombers on 3rd and long. Looks like he might be just short, though.
That looks like about a yard short, but that was a good setup. Had your blockers set up. He cut across the field. That was a good job of making Newcastle overcommit.
That's a play we've seen Jeff Brickman and the Racers run very well over the last several years. So Bombers are obviously going to go for it here on 4th down and 2. It looks like they're calling it at the 43-yard line. Just getting the 4th quarter started. Appreciate you being with us on a sticky Friday night in Midwest City. First Friday of October. And Newcastle kicking off October with a bang tonight. Well on their way to a big district win. Snap here was mishandled. That play just never looked right, and it goes nowhere. Racers blow that thing up as Christian Schutte, like he caught the snap. I don't know if that was intended or not. It didn't look like it was. He ends up losing about 8 yards on 4th down.
Well, and I tell you what, there were a ton of white jerseys over there and no black jerseys but the ball runner.
Yeah.
And they just had him. They're grabbing him, and he's trying to break free, and then 2 other people jumped on him. They lost 8 yards on 4th and 2.
So Racers blow that up, get the football back on the Bomber 36. Make sure we thank our fourth quarter sponsor, which is Focus Federal Credit Union. Drive your dreams with their competitive rates and flexible terms for more than 69 years. Focus Federal Credit Union has continued to deliver innovative products and services to our membership about all things financial by anticipating needs and delivering exceptional member service. See them at their Tri-City branch, 1097 Northwest 32nd Street in Newcastle. Member FDIC. Ruben Rendon Zamora on the carry here. In at quarterback for the Racers, that's Ashton Schumard, number 14. A sophomore on this Racer team. So you got to imagine Jackson Shanuel, TJ Bradford, their night probably done. Certainly did damage tonight. Both guys with 3 touchdowns. Bradford 3 on the ground, Shanuel 2 on the ground, and 1 passing.
Yeah, just major damage, major hitting. That was incredible to me, is that they weren't heading off of hits.
So a big night for the Racers offense, which is, had a bit of a slow start, a little bit, some injuries playing a part in that, but they've been firing on all cylinders the last 2 weeks. So we get a false start here. I think Corbin Brewer might have got caught moving a little early.
Yeah, they're trying to catch somebody on that hard snap, and they did. Just the wrong person.
Coach Brickman wants to take a timeout and talk about it with 10:05 to go.
Not a huddle I want to be a part of in a timeout.
No, not right after a penalty.
Oh.
No. So no coaches show this week with the bye week, but the following week, make sure to either head out to the coaches show at Luigi's or watch on the Oklahoma Sports Network every Tuesday night at 6:30. The great Gene Reed steering, headlining our efforts there for the coach show every Tuesday night. Appreciate Luigi's, the home of our Newcastle coaches show, dedicated to the memory of their grandfather, installed in the family a love of Italian food. They are family-owned, providing exceptional service and unforgettable experience. We look forward to welcoming you to our family table. 3 locations in Yukon, Chickasha, and, of course, in Newcastle, the home of the Newcastle Coaches Show, 4615 Southwest 179th Street. Again, no show this week, but they will be back the Tuesday before the Class and SES game. That should be the 15th, I think.
I believe so.
Is right?
14th. No?
15th, I think, because the game's the 18th.
There goes Ruben.
Rendon Zamora to the right side after the penalty, gets the yardage back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Well, people have laughed at me and thought it was kind of silly to say this, but I'm telling you, Ruben, when he gets that ball, he ducks that helmet down, he turns into a bowling ball that you're trying to find somewhere to grab him and tackle him.
So Newcastle going to be methodical here, work that clock. Third and 10 for Schumard and this Racers' second unit of offense. Getting some quality time here in the fourth quarter of this one. Schumard back to pass. What a pocket. He'll roll it to his right now and fire incomplete. Pass intended there. Looked like he was trying to get it to Jason Simpson.
Well, and he had it look like he had Ruben running around that end for a little bit, and then it quickly got covered up.
Be sure, by the way, to vote for the OSN Player of the Week at oksportsnet.com. That's every Saturday. 3 guys get put up for that. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'm going to submit TJ Bradford's candidacy. I don't know what his official yard total, but he had to be close, at least $150 or so. 3 touchdowns.
I'll say this, there has to be a good reason for him not to.
Yeah. So be sure to get out there and vote for TJ if we can get him nominated, which I'm going to do my best. Here's Antonio Brown in a little misdirection. Got a late flag flying in here again as he got up to about the 30. That was 4th down, by the way, so he was short. So assuming this is on Newcastle, the Bombers will just decline it.
They did.
So Midwest City gets a stop. 9:11 to go.
Yeah, and that was a good idea. Good cutback coming back the other direction. Have some younger blockers in there, and one of them was just leaning in to the back of one of the players. So I'll be interested to see who comes out for quarterback. It looks like, Manella.
They're going to stick with their guy, and Roman Manella, just a sophomore, so every game is it's a big learning experience for him, getting valuable time out there.
Yeah, and you got Schutte, the running back.
No Mahmoud, he might be done for the night.
Probably so. He banged up a couple times.
Midwest City, by the way, they got another big one next week. As saw out in the flat here to Johnson. He's got good speed. Good tackle by Scagnetti after he picks up about 6 or 7. They got a big one again next week. They go to Bishop McGuinness.
Oh, wow.
Next Friday night. That game, of course, will be on OSN. The Bombers are an OSN school. Jordan Ray, Tom Carpenter, the team there for the Bombers, do a great job. And they'll be in Bishop McGuinness next week. The Fighting Irish, meanwhile, they'll come to us on November 1st. It's going to be a big one.
I'm excited about that game because
Yeah, me
I keep
too.
hearing a lot of stuff about it.
Well, that's one of the, kind of one of those programs in
Right.
Oklahoma. Always in the mix, always good. A lot of players who have gone and played at the next level. That will be fun to have them at Racer Stadium in a few weeks. Schutte for a short run was wrapped down by Barbie. He might have got the first. Looks like he did. First down.
That was a good tackle there by Barbie. You see he set the end and just stayed in place so the running back got over to his side, and then he took him down. That was a good play by 31.
Final 8 minutes here from Midwest City. Manila calling out some direction as he sizes up the Racer defense. Back to Schutte on the ground. Nice cutback. And he'll go forward and get out across midfield for another first down. That was a great read by Schutte.
That was. Good run. Tackled there by Ashton Schumard. Lost his helmet in the process. Comes running out. Yeah, it's another first down, isn't it?
Down to the 49-yard line. At this point, Racers probably feel pretty safe about that 15 mark. Yeah, and obviously point differential caps at 15 points. Pass out short of the marker, looking for Anderson. Kind of short hopped it into him, incomplete. This is going to be big. Obviously, we talked about before the game. This was a huge game for the seeding, trying to get to the postseason later in the year. But the fact that Newcastle, on top of just the win of itself, is also, barring something crazy, is going to win this game by at least 15 points.
Right.
That's an extra cherry on top for down the road. That could be a huge benefit to Newcastle, trying to not just get up to that 3 line, but maybe even the 2 line, which gets you a home game in the playoffs. That's huge.
That would be really big.
Short run for Schutte. And obviously, at the end of the day, Newcastle could also, if they just win their games, they could button it up that way too. But
well, and there's some teams we're going to say that these are pretty important wins. They got to win these. It doesn't mean that other ones that you can just look over.
No.
I mean, players get down there and play for a reason. They practice for a reason. But these are big games. This one, MacArthur, and Bishop McGuinness are big ones.
Milla will bounce out to the right. He'll fire down the middle of the field. Got a man down there. That's Johnson. Oh, broken up. A great job closing that gap there by Zach Cragg to get the PBU.
That was a really good stop out there. He covered that distance really fast. Got that big O hand. He's one of the tall guys on the team back there playing coverage. So when he puts that arm out there, it covers quite a bit of different distance.
Yeah, he had Johnson with a lot of separation, but the ball kind of just floated on him. And Cragg able to run it down and break it up. Brings up 4th down. Looks like the Bombers are going to go ahead and just punt this on 4th and 8. We've got Caden Longman back to return this time with 6:43 to go. High punt. Longman will let it bounce. And it will roll sideways about the 24, and that's where it'll be downed with 6:38 to go.
Well, I thought Midwest City had some good momentum going there, getting down the field, getting those runs, getting first downs. And then it seems like they ran into a few passes and then couldn't catch up from it.
Yep.
Kind of surprising.
So Newcastle gets it back with a healthy 36-point advantage. Be sure to stick with us after the game, by the way. Bill and I will wrap it all up for Midwest City. And we'll look ahead to A, the bye week, and B, back on the road in 2 weeks to Class and SAS. Battle with the Comets on October the 18th. That'll be our next game broadcast. We hope you tune in for that one. Same as always, pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7 from the state capital, Oklahoma City, 2 weeks' time. Handoff to Ruben Rendon Zamora. He'll get a couple of yards.
That was one of those misdirection handoffs that we've seen earlier tonight with Shanuel, where he went to hand it off in one direction and kind of handed it off behind him a little bit.
Yeah, that play was really, really effective with Jackson Shaniel and T.J. Bradford. Hope to see more of that as we go. Past the midway point of the fourth and final quarter. Call it 2nd and 7 after the run by Rendon Zamora.
And they're taking their time. I'm sure there's good reason.
Oh, yeah. Milking that clock. Fake the handoff. Schumar to his right. Pressure in his face, and he will be sacked. Bombers were ready for that one. Came in off the edge there, and bringing him down was Aiden Brown, senior defensive back. I believe he was one of the captains before the game. Did the coin toss, if I remember correctly.
Yep. He was out there. Yeah, that was a good job, him cutting off that end. It's almost like they read that. They knew it was coming that way. Mm-hmm. I'm just impressed Ashton kept hold of the ball. That's what I was worried about, the way he was tackled and holding it in one hand.
3rd down and 12 as we hit the final 5 minutes from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Schumart shouts some direction up to his line. He'll give it to Rendon Zamora, who gets popped. A Bomber helmet went flying on that.
That was a good hit.
Well, who actually laid the lumber there? The helmet came flying off.
Is that 23?
Of Gabe Young, number 33, I think.
33.
I think he was the one who had the initial hit.
Yeah, boy, that was a hard hit, and they come in to punt.
So Newcastle will just boot it away. Obviously in no hurry here. Just run the ball, work that clock, try to get on out of here, and get on to the bye week and rest up a little bit. I do think the bye week coming later in the year is a benefit, too.
I think so.
I mean, normally the last couple of years, Newcastle's played week 0 and then had week 1 off, and then played 9, 10 straight Fridays. As the punt here is going to be fielded just across the 50, and a nice return there for Midwest Cities. That's Felix Fuentes, fun name, senior.
Yeah.
With 3:56 to go. Normally, you take that bye. Usually they play week 0 to have week 1 off, and then you play weeks 2 through 10 consecutively, and then you have whatever postseason you have. I think having the break later in the year to rest up, get some of that energy back, I think that's an underrated little bonus this year for Newcastle. I'm excited to see what impact that has.
Well, and I'd agree with that. I can't say this for sure, but it seemed like when we got to the playoffs, there was a little lethargic, be tired or wore out. So this will have a chance to. Oop.
A little bubble screen there, nice stiff arm to get some room by Sutton. Didn't have a ton of room to work with after that. Gets about 2 yards.
Armstead comes in there and takes him down. But that was a good block on Ashton Schumart, and then Armstead getting over there and blocking off the way. It's been an exciting game. I like doing these games.
Yeah, it's a little better than what we did in Elgin, a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
prefer being on this end of it.
My cynical side may have come out. I'm not sure.
Run to the right side. Not a lot there for the running back Justin Grant, number 20, getting the carry there.
Yeah, looks like they're in no hurry either.
Newcastle will continue to stay at the top of the district. They'll go to 2-0 in district play and have a nice plus 30 in the point differential column, which is, again, could be big. Could end up being nothing if you just win, but nice to have. Pass over the middle here, almost picked off by Cragg. He skied up and almost with his left hand pulled that thing in.
Yeah, he's played basketball for Newcastle for a couple of years now.
Looked like it there, getting a rebound.
That's what it looked like.
So it's 4th down for the Bombers, 2:56 left. But they might just go ahead and go for it. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to punt, actually. It's a little late decision, but it looks like they're going to run them out there now.
Not sure what. They just switched out the entire team. Okay, there it goes. Back to punt.
That play clock's about to run out.
Yeah.
The late decision to make the change. That's an easy call. Delayed game.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not surprising when you sub in and sub out 10 guys. So that happens. And it backs him up to what, the 45 to punt from?
Lawman back to return again for the Racers. Davis does the punt for the Bombers. Lawman will come up and he'll let it hop. And it takes a nice Midwest City roll down inside the 5. So young Mr. Ashton Schumar to have his work cut out for him here on offense inside his own 5-yard line.
And I think you've seen some growing up right there in Caden. I think first of the season or definitely last season, he would have come up and grabbed that ball or got it off a bounce and tried to make something out of it. That time, much wiser, a little older, and kind of lets it go by itself and not cause anything that doesn't need to be caused.
2:30 to go. Would imagine Newcastle's going to try and just run this ball 3 times and work it all the way down. Don't imagine Midwest City will mess around with any timeouts or anything.
I can't help
wind the clock.
I can't help but think maybe they'll run a touchdown.
If
the way
the game's gone, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, the football gods allow it.
Running back in there is Colton Bradley, getting his first action of the night. He was big filling in while Bradford was out.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get a carry here to the right side. Not a lot there, maybe a yard. Final 2 minutes here from Jim Darnell Stadium.
A lot of fans over there.
Yeah, a lot of Newcastle faithful made the trip. Not real far. How far was it for you from Newcastle today?
About 45 minutes with
okay,
traffic.
A little further than I thought. Yeah, during rush hour.
But I think it's only like 23 miles, something like that.
Yeah, not a real far trip. So a lot of Racer fans are here. Although Racer fans kind of travel everywhere.
Yes.
Newcastle taking their time. 2nd down and 9. Schumar will go back to Bradley. Cuts up the left side. Pickup of about 3 or 4. Sets up 3rd down as the clock continues to tick on down on this one. Racers will get back to 500 overall. And a perfect 2-0 in district play. And certainly, obviously, in phenomenal shape for the playoffs, but in really strong shape to at least get up to that 3 line, and some big games coming up to maybe even get higher than that.
Well, this win puts them in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have to back into anything or hope this or hope that. They're in the driver's seat to move up and be at the top there of the division.
As long as you keep winning, you control your own path. Here's Bradley to the right side, and he'll get the 1st down, it looks like. He was rode out of bounds right at about the 15, but that is a 1st down. So how about that? Nice run by Bradley to move the sticks and put the finishing touches on this one. I don't think they're going to have to snap. I take that back. Yeah. They are going to have to snap it again because he went out of bounds, I believe.
Yeah, I think 2 victory sets, and then he'll be done.
Should just be 1 with 39 seconds.
Oh, that's right. You're right, 1.
So they do it to snap it one more time, but then that'll be it. Schumar in the gun. And Hill is taking knee, and that's all she wrote. A fantastic performance, I think fair to say, strongest game of the year for Newcastle. Best performance of the season. Come on the road against a solid Midwest City team, a team that's going to be in the playoffs, I still fully expect.
Yes.
And just put it on them. 43-7. Racers absolutely dominate this one here in Midwest City. A borderline perfect game. And the Racers win it big over the Bombers. All right, we'll step aside. When we come back, we will wrap it all up from Jim Darnell Stadium, and we'll look ahead to the bye week and the Class and SAS Comets in 2 weeks' time. Racers win at 43-7. Newcastle post-game show, other side of this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
We are engineers, scientists, and analysts, the roughnecks, pipe fitters, and welders. We are the workforce that produces Oklahoma's oil and natural gas. We find and deliver the energy that makes this state and country go. We do it better, more safely, with more care for our shared environment than anyone in the world. We do it because our prosperity, our national security, and our way of life depends on us. We do it because we love it.
It's no secret that life is busy and you have a million things on your to-do list.
Here at Community Bank of Oklahoma, we've made banking simple again.
We can help you get to the important things in life, like the big game tonight.
We do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to.
Race towards us at Community Bank of Oklahoma, because we wouldn't be a community without you.
CFD, our mission is to deliver quality dentistry by providing big practice benefits with a little practice feel. Since 2008, we've updated our look, technology, and have added new smiles to our tenured staff to better care for you right here at home. Convenience for you is one of our biggest goals, and we often provide same-day treatment to minimize your time off work. We are open Monday through Friday to serve you. Visit cfdok.com for details. We look forward to seeing you at our big little practice.
Back to Jim Darnell Stadium. Josh Calloway, Billy Collier, Newcastle postgame show. Wrapping this one up. Racers win it 43-7. Billy, I mean, we came in. This was one of the bigger games of the season. I mean, this is this district. We talked about it. It's a little top heavy. 4 pretty clear playoff teams. Some teams at the bottom that probably aren't going to get there. And the Racers just came in, and from the very start, that long run, it was Bradford to start, right? Yeah, 46-yard by T.J. Bradford to start it. Really never looked back from there. Dominant showing.
Well, and we won. They took offense first, and we were like, oh, well, okay, we'll see how that goes. 2 plays later, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Then they go 3 and out. They kick the ball, and what was it, 3 plays later, and it was a touchdown. And so that's kind of how the night went. And you're right. Midwest City's going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be there. We had to win this game, so which means they're going to be ranked lower than us in the division, and so that means that we're moved up into at least the 3rd position. If you
continue to take care of business.
Yeah, if. Always when it's that said, we don't knock on wood, we don't jinx ourselves. So they're playing real good. I'm excited to see how they keep playing. They keep playing like this. You can just tell they're more comfortable with each other now than they were at the first of the season.
Right.
And so that's good to watch and good growth right there. Catch, the offensive coordinator, he walked by and hit us in the back and waved his fist like he's so happy.
Yeah.
So it's good to see the team like that, the coaches like that. It just seems like there's some good morale going on.
Yeah, I don't know a lot to really be too upset about tonight. I'm sure Coach Brickman he'll find things to fine-tune and get better at. Obviously, the second half, they took their foot off the gas and just kind of coasting. That first half, 36 points on the board. You did give up that one drive where Midwest City was able to move the ball. Other than that, though, your defense was fantastic again. The way they ran the ball with T.J. Bradford, it gives you a lot of hope that as long as you keep him healthy, this offense is going to be just fine. And we talked about it a lot at the beginning of the year. This defense is really good. And,
very good.
If you compare that defense with an offense that can also run the ball, control the clock, get some points on the board, it's going to be tough to beat. You're going to be tough to beat. You're going to be in every game you play. And I think this was a really, really encouraging game for Newcastle. I think if you're a Racer fan, you can be excited about this one.
Well, and I'll say this is the last game of the kind of the unsure how they're going to come out and play in 5A. Mm-hmm. They're not going to sneak up on anybody after Duncan last week, Midwest City this week.
Yeah.
So people are going to know what Newcastle brings. They're going to size up the defense and get ready for them. But I think there's too many options. We haven't seen a pass game yet.
Yeah.
And so they haven't really needed it. They've got a run game that's taking care of stuff. And so that may be something they're going to have to use more of later on. But you got the receivers for it, and hopefully we have Heskew back by then.
Yeah, no kidding. They did all this tonight without their best receiver,
right?
Rex Heskew. Hopefully he can get back sooner rather than later, and that's where the bye week comes in handy.
Yes.
Obviously, again, we talked about it a little bit in the fourth quarter there, but not something that Newcastle has really had the benefit of, having a bye week this late in the season. I'm very curious. Obviously, no coaches show this week, but in 10 days. I'm curious to hear from the staff or whoever is on the show with Gene Reed and the coaches show. They do a great job. Kind of the benefit of having the bye week so late in the year, a chance to rest up, take a week off. Obviously, we'll enjoy the week off to catch our breath a little bit.
Absolutely.
Be ready for the home stretch. But so bye week, Class and SAS in 2 weeks from tonight, a team that is obviously having a rough go of it, lost by 60 points last night to Lawton MacArthur. So another game that you would certainly feel good about going in. And then you get ready for the back-to-back huge games at Lawton MacArthur and then Bishop McGuinness in Newcastle. But I think if you're the Racers, you got a week to rest up, and then another week against an opponent that you should feel pretty good about. And then you get ready for those big games late. Good vibes right now. Good vibes.
Very good vibes. Yeah, rest up, go to it. And what I really like, you go out. Don't go from a bye week right into, Bishop McGuinness or MacArthur. So you got a week to kind of get the juices flowing. Should they have slowed down a little bit? And I think you're right. Feeling really good going into this. I would love for them to go undefeated the rest of the season, but I would be happy if they go 1-2 against MacArthur and Bishop.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good one. That would definitely put them in second place. They beat them both. They're in first place, and we go from there.
Yeah, we go from there. 1 week at a time, certainly right now. But this was a big game and a statement. It was big just to win this game, but to do it the way they did it, the statement it makes, and also just the point differential. This was an A+ for Newcastle tonight. A really strong showing and a big, big win. And a lot to like if you're a Racer fan going into the bye week. You never want to lose going into the bye week.
No.
You have to sit on that for 2 weeks. So Racers can feel good about it. The Bombers, meanwhile, they'll get out on the road and have a big one against Bishop McGuinness next Friday. You want to get this taste out of your mouth, go play well out there and win. That would be a great way to do it. So good luck to Midwest City, obviously an OSN member, and we'll root for them the rest of the way as well. So that's it. Newcastle dominates this one 43-7, a total team effort, 2-0 in district play, back to 500 overall, and they'll take the week off before heading to Class and SAS 2 weeks from tonight. That'll be pregame 6:30, kickoff at 7 on Friday, October the 18th. Of course, the coaches show that Tuesday the 15th with the great Gene Reed at 6:30 to set the scene for that one, to put a finishing touch on this one as well. That's it for now. For Billy Collier, Carson Way did a great job on the production. Ryan Martinez working the camera. I'm Josh Calloway signing off from Midwest City. The Racers dominate the Bombers 43-7, back to 500. They'll enjoy the bye week before getting back on the road against Class and SAS in 2 weeks. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.